We are live and hello and welcome to the first NBA Watchalong, I believe, on the Sports Corner YouTube channel. The NBA playoffs is finally here. The NBA playing tournament is done and dusted, and we're finally here with crowds back in the stadium. As I mentioned, the last time we had crowds in an NBA playoff stadium was in the 2019 playoffs. Last year there was no fans in the stadium. It was all just in the Orlando bubble, so there were no fans at all. But tonight is the first game of the 2021 NBA playoffs, and we've got a cracker on our hands as the Milwaukee Bucks are taking on the Miami Heat. This series was played in last season's playoff during the bubble, and the Heat, to many people's surprise, beat the Bucks 4-1. That was en route to an NBA Finals appearance where they lost to Los Angeles Lakers. So the Heat, they know everything about the Bucks. The Bucks know everything about the Heat, and I think we'll be tipping off in about 15 minutes' time, just around that, for obviously the first game of the NBA playoffs. So this will be the first game we're going to be covering. Now, the thing is with the NBA, because it's played in America, the timings are all different, so it's very, very hard to get a live game, especially on Sky Sports. So we're going to be covering this one today, the Bucks for the Heat. We'll be here for about 2.5 hours, and then tomorrow we'll be covering the Phoenix Suns against the Los Angeles Lakers, which will be about 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen, obviously. The Heat, they got the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks finished the 3rd seed, and obviously we know Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the main players for the Milwaukee Bucks, wasn't an MVP candidate this year, but he has won 2 back-to-back MVPs the last 2 seasons. So he wants to finally get to his first NBA Finals and his first conference final. Well, he lost in the conference final to the Toronto Raptors in 2019. When they lost 4-2, Kawhi Leonard obviously went on to win the championship with the Raptors. So that was a big loss there for the Milwaukee Bucks. And obviously the Miami Heat, they got to the NBA Finals last season, as I mentioned. They beat the Bucks 4-1. So the Bucks will be looking for revenge. No doubt about that. But yeah, about 15 minutes to go until tip-off. But there's not much else to talk about. As I mentioned, here's the first game tonight that's going to be played. The Bucks for the Heat, so that'll be loud in about 10 minutes now, actually, till tip-off. The Clippers will play in the Mavericks at 9:30. That'll be the second game. The Nets are then taking on the Boston Celtics. That'll be at 1 a.m. UK time. All these are UK times because obviously we're streaming from the UK. We live in the UK. And then the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Denver Nuggets at 3:30 a.m. Which should be a cracker, really. That was another series we saw a couple of years ago that went to 7 games. The Nuggets, they don't have Jamal Murray. He's out injured, but still do have Nikola Jokic, who was an MVP candidate this season. We'll see if he goes on to win the award. Tubbs has put, "Hey Will, how you doing, Tubbs?" Yeah, I'm doing completely fine, mate. Hope you're doing very well as well. And you put Bucks to win this easy. Well, let me know, Tubbs. Do you support a certain NBA team? I mean, I think it's going to be a tight one. I think the Bucks are the favourites. They're coming into this game on more form. Obviously, the higher seed, the better regular season. But the Miami Heat did beat the Bucks last season 4-1. So Giannis will be out there looking to prove a point, looking to get revenge. But as I mentioned, the Heat are very, very experienced. Jimmy Butler is not a player that you can doubt. So obviously what happens, obviously Butler putting up 22 points this season on 49% shooting and 6 rebounds. So fantastic player. And you put Tubbs has said that the Greek Freak triple-double incoming. I mean, it wouldn't surprise you because, as I mentioned, he's such a dominant player. There's not many people in the league that can guard Giannis Antetokounmpo. Probably LeBron James is about the only player that can really do a number on him. Maybe Kawhi Leonard on his day as well. But he's so long, he's so tall. If he can develop a jump shot, he'll become, without doubt, probably the most scariest force in the league because he can drive to the basket. He's great on defense. And as I mentioned, there's not many players that can guard a player that tall with how big his wingspan is. That's why he's called the Greek Freak, because he's an absolute freak of an athlete. But obviously, the Bucks, they don't want to rely too much on Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Obviously, they acquired Drew Holiday in the off-season from the New Orleans Pelicans to get a more of a reliable 2 guard, because obviously they have Chris Middleton on the team who was an all-star last season, but they needed someone else there. Eric Bledsoe wasn't really doing it for the Bucks, so they got rid of him. They brought in Drew Holiday. So I think with the new addition of Drew Holiday, a very, very tenacious defender. He's known to have a good 3-point shot. I think he's going to be very, very good for the Bucks in the playoffs as they look to try and push on and make the NBA Finals for the first time in a very, very long time. Tubbs has put his jump shot is shit though. Yeah, it is very, very, very bad. It's the only thing he can't do really. And as we've seen with many NBA players, there's a lot of great NBA players that have all got that one weakness. And Giannis, it really is his jump shot. As I mentioned, he can drive to the basket better than anyone in the league. He can play defense with his length, but his shooting just not good enough. And in those clutch situations where you need that big bucket, you need that big jump shot to go down, Giannis isn't really your man. And that's why we've seen the Bucks rely on people like Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday very, very too often. I think if Giannis is the man, then he should be knocking these clutch jump shot down. And Tubbs has also put ugly. So yeah, it is a very, very ugly jump shot. But put in the chat, Tubbs, do you support a certain team? Are you a Bucks fan? Are you a Heat fan? You've put here, Jimmy Butler's pretty inconsistent. He shows up when he wants to. Yeah, he's one of those people, Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's not a player that many people do like, and I understand why. He doesn't like to speak his mind. He's not afraid to let you know if you're putting your foot wrong. He will say what he wants to. But at the end of the day, when it's crunch time, especially in this past season, Jimmy Butler has shown that he shows up in the NBA Finals last year when Bam Adebayo went down injured, and players like Duncan Robinson were struggling. Tyler Herro was phenomenal in the playoffs, kind of struggling in the finals a little bit. Jimmy Butler was stepping up every single night. He had a 50-point game to get the Heat a win over the Lakers, and they stole 2 games from the Lakers. And you just wonder if the Heat would have been fully healthy. They could have possibly have beaten the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs, in the finals that year. So we'll have to wait and see what Butler does tonight. The Heat are definitely going to need him, without a doubt. Middleton needs to have a good game. Yeah, Middleton does need to have a very good game. Like as I mentioned, it's Giannis is the main man, but Middleton is the second star on this Bucks team. He gets paid like a superstar, so the Bucks definitely do need him to turn up. He's one of the better 3-point shooters in the league, so he's quite reliable outside the arc, as is Drew Holiday. But I do agree, if the Bucks are going to win this game tonight, then they can't rely all on Giannis. They've got to get some other people to help Giannis out. But we're about 5 minutes, I think, maybe about five minutes away from tip-off for this game to actually get started, which I can't wait for. If you don't know, I'm a Clippers fan, so they are playing tonight against the Mavericks. I was going to cover that game, but with it tipping off at 9:30, that the game probably wouldn't finish till around midnight, and I've got work tomorrow morning, so it wasn't possible for me to cover that game. But hopefully, this one is the best one of the night. Someone's put, used to love the Rockets, but now they're shit. Well, yeah, the Rockets for many years they were contending. They probably should have beat the Warriors in 2018. But they lost in 7 games, obviously in the Western Conference Finals. Since then, they've blown the team up. Harden's not there anymore. There's no more Westbrook. It is a full rebuild time for the Rockets, and I'm pretty sure you got rid of most of your first-round picks as well. Big Yao Ming, yeah, Big Yao Ming. He was a beast. He was a big Yao Ming fan. Yeah, one of those players wanted Yao Ming. He was so big and dominant, but with how big he was never going to hold up for too long. It's good to be tall in the NBA, obviously, without a doubt, but you don't want to be too tall because there was so much stress on his knees. He had to retire pretty early, but he was still a very dominant player. Even Shaquille O'Neal said that he was one of the most dominant players he had to play against was Yao Ming. So he definitely is a Hall of Fame talent. But hopefully we're getting underway pretty soon. The players are still warming up. As I mentioned, about 5 minutes to tip off. We'll see what the game can bring us. But if you are new to the channel, obviously, as I mentioned, it's not just basketball that we're doing here. This is the first basketball podcast that we've done on the channel. Josh mentioned earlier he did the championship playoff live stream. Unfortunately, to do with the Wi-Fi connections that they're having over there at the house, that they can't really get the streams out. So, for example, Premier League of Darts won't be back till next Friday, but they are streaming League One Watchalong tomorrow. I'll have another NBA Watchalong out tomorrow as well, between the Lakers and the Suns, so that should be a good game. Tubbs has put Yao Ming versus Bradley was funny to watch. Which Bradley do you mean there? Which Bradley do you mean there, Tubbs? Good to see the we is Oddwill. I think you might have had a bit of a typo error there, Tubbs. I'm not too sure what you're on about there, Paul. But are you still a Rockets fan now? I mean, I don't blame if you're not, because they are pretty poor. But if you support a team, you support them through thick and thin. That's what I've done with the Clippers. They were terrible. Well, they have been terrible for a long time. They've never won an NBA championship or anything. Timo Werner's in the stream. Welcome, Timo Werner. I mean, good luck tomorrow in your final game of the season for Chelsea. But you've said Heat in 6. I won't be surprised. As I mentioned, the Heat beat the Bucks last year in 5. Jimmy Butler and co did a complete number on Giannis and the Bucks. So the Heat in 6 is not out of question at all. I think this game one's going to set a big marker for how they do tonight. The Bucks need to get off to a good start, in my opinion, because if they fall 1-0 behind against the Heat, it could be deja vu from last season. Mavs now, Luka Magic. I tell you what, so last season, obviously the Clippers played the Mavericks in the first round. That was not good to see because they absolutely cooked my Los Angeles Clippers. We did beat them in the end 4-2, but it was very, very tough to go against. And I think it's going to be the same tonight. I won't be surprised if the Mavs won game 1. I won't be surprised if Luka came flying out the blocks and got that game 1 win for the Mavericks. And like I said, he's another player that can do everything. He can pass the ball so well. He plays point guard, but he's so tall. His shooting's fantastic. And his defense is not amazing, but again, as I mentioned, every single player in the league's got one flaw in their game. There's no perfect player out there. But Luka Magic, he was magic in last season's playoffs. We'll see if he can do the same this season. Because obviously the Mavericks coming into this as the 5th seed. They were the 7th seed last year, so they've improved by 2 seeds. I think the big question for him is Kristaps Porzingis healthy? If Kristaps Porzingis is healthy, then the Mavericks have got a chance. But I think if he's injured like he was last season in the playoffs, they relied too much on Luka to do it all by himself, and that's why they ended up losing to the Clippers. I think if Kristaps Porzingis was healthy, the Mavericks could definitely make noise in the playoffs. Still a very young team. The Mavericks got a great coach in Rick Carlisle who knows how to win championships. Well, we won one with Dirk Nowitzki. So the Mavs are definitely in good hands with Rick Carlisle as head coach and players like Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis as your main fundamental pieces. There's no reason why the Mavericks can't go on and win a championship. Obviously, which game are you most excited to watch tonight? Obviously, we've got the Bucks and the Heat coming up very, very shortly. And then the Clippers and the Mavericks on at 9:30. The Nets, who are many people's favourites in the Eastern Conference, they're taking on the Boston Celtics. And then the late game is the Nuggets against the Trailblazers. As I mentioned, the Nuggets and Trailblazers had a series a few years ago that went to 7 games. It was very, very fun, very, very fun to watch. There'll be no Jamal Murray this time for the Nuggets. He tore his ACL. That's a big loss there for the Nuggets. But Nikola Jokic, the MVP candidate, can he still carry the Nuggets pretty far in the playoffs? Where do you think they'll go? I think the Nuggets, they can definitely beat the Trailblazers in a series 100%. But I think if they come up against the Suns or the Lakers, then they'll struggle to do anything, in my opinion. Just because that losing a player like Jamal Murray is a huge void to fill. And at the end of the day, he's a superstar player. But in terms of the Nets, as I mentioned, once they acquired James Harden, I think many people just said instantly they're going to be the favourites in the Eastern Conference. They kind of disregarded everybody else, but with the firepower they've got, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, it's a scary team, but they've not played many games together. They've had a few injuries. So, I think they'll beat the Celtics, but once they get later in the playoffs, it's going to be tough for them. Alexa's in the building. He's put Jokic. He's the obvious MVP. I expect them to beat the Blazers in 6. Yeah, I probably agree with that, Alex. I think 6 or 7 games. I think the Nuggets will win that series. It will go. The Blazers will win a few games, but I do expect the Nuggets will eventually win. And thanks for joining the stream, by the way, Alexa. Tubbs put, is Jokic injured? No, Jokic isn't injured. It's Jamal Murray that's injured. Jamal Murray tore his ACL about a month and a half ago, I won't say now, maybe a bit longer. But the starting lineups are in. For the Bucks, they've got Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez as the starting 5. And with the Heat, they've got Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Trevor Ariza, and Bam Adebayo. So, both teams are fully healthy and fully loaded to go. We're about to tip off in this game. The Heat are playing in yellow jerseys tonight, by the way, which is an interesting choice there by the Heat. Very, very used to seeing them in white or red, but they are playing in yellow tonight. They look like the Indiana Pacers, to be honest. But we have now tipped off officially. The first game of the 2021 NBA playoffs is underway, and we'll see who can get the advantage in game 1 tonight in Milwaukee's arena tonight. The first shot of the game is from Duncan Robinson. It's a 3-point shot, and it is good. Alexa's put in the chat. I actually kind of want Jokic to get eliminated, so he's available for the Olympic qualifiers and the Olympics Serbia. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if he got eliminated earlier, he'd have less stress on his body. And if you are a big Serbia fan, which let me know, Alexa, if Serbia is your country in basketball, I'm sure you want him out early, as you mentioned. I know Murray won't return from us. Yeah, Murray won't be back till maybe mid next season, which is a massive loss because I think it was an Achilles or an ACL, one of the two. they're both horrible injuries either way. Kale's put hype bill. You're right, Kale, lad. I remember telling me you were a big Spurs fan, Kale. Unfortunately, they lost in the play-in tournament to the Grizzlies, so they won't be in the playoffs this season for the first time in a long time. But they are pretty much in a rebuild. As Drew Holiday, 3-point shot is no good. It's currently 3-0 Miami. I'll try and update the score as much as I can do. Maybe if a stoppage in play, I'll update the score. As of right now, it's 3-0 Miami Heat. It's Duncan Robinson. It's another 3. Miami's out to a 6-0 lead. That's 2 threes to start the game for Duncan Robinson. Top of the arc 3 ball. Chris Middleton's got the ball now. He's double teamed. Robin switched onto him. Middleton's still got the ball. Drives into the paint. Lays the ball at left-handed. Nice shot there from Middleton. Milwaukee's on the board. Chris Middleton with the first bucket for the Milwaukee Bucks. Just put Kale is in. Yeah, massive San Antonio Spurs fan is Kale, by the way, Alexa. And Alexa put it is, yeah, big Serbia fan. Do you follow the EuroLeague, Alexa? Is that pretty big in Serbia or not? 6-2 Miami though. Duncan Robinson's got the ball again. Drives into the paint, loses the ball, dives on the ball, loses it again. Good hustle there from Duncan Robinson, but the Bucks were with the ball. Drew Holiday into the key, finds it to Giannis in the post, guarded by Butler. Giannis turns around, Giannis tough shot and he misses. Good defense there from Jimmy Butler. Butler's going to bring the ball up the court. Butler inside, very tough pass to Bam Adebayo, comes off his hand and goes out of play. So already 3 minutes played here. And it's 6-2 to the Miami Heat. Duncan Robinson hitting 2 big threes for the Heat. And Chris Middleton with the first points for the Milwaukee Bucks. Serbia's pretty much biggest basketball nation in Europe. So yeah, EuroLeague is pretty big, and of course I will follow it. Is Luka Doncic? Is Doncic from Serbia, or is he from a different country? Or is he Slovenian or Slovakian? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I know EuroLeague is. Especially the rookies that come from Europe, they seem very refined. Alexa, they seem like they've played, for a very, very long time. Like Luka Doncic, his transition to the NBA it didn't take long at all. He was dominating within his first season, within his rookie year, which is very rare to see for a EuroLeague player. But even like Kristaps Porzingis, he was very, very good early as well. He got the ball again. Duncan Robinson on the outside. He's going to shoot another 3, and Duncan Robinson is on fire. His first 3 shots are all 3-pointers, and they've all gone in. It's 9-2 Miami. Duncan Robinson is catching fire here early in this game. Giannis has got the ball on the 3-point line. Finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, nice pass inside, but it's broken up by, I believe, Trevor Ariza. And now Trevor Ariza loses the ball to Donte DiVincenzo. Milwaukee have got the ball. Giannis, easy layup. Easy layup there for Giannis. I believe it's an and one. So Giannis will go to the line, and it's 9-4 to Milwaukee with Giannis to take a free throw. This has been a very, very fast start to this game. As I mentioned, Duncan Robinson is on fire. But Giannis will go to the free throw line. Donte DiVincenzo lost the ball. He won it back and he found Giannis. Obviously this season, Giannis is playing incredible. 28 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. He's shooting 57% from the field, which is top 15 in the NBA. He's having a fantastic season. We'll see if he can make this free throw here to make it a 4-point game. But early on, it's been an exciting one, especially going forward on the offense. Giannis' free throw is no good off the front iron. It's 9-4. To the Miami Heat. Doncic is Slovenian, but his dad is Serbian. I wish we went after him and convinced to play for the Serbian team. Yeah, he'd have been a big addition for you, wouldn't he, Alex, if he played for Serbia? You probably would have been the favourite in most, European competitions. But how does the European basketball work in terms of countries? Is like I've heard of like a Euro World Cup and what? Well, I've heard of a basketball World Cup, FIBA World Cup. I just don't know how it works. Also, all the young European players are immediately playing against grown men, and like American players playing against college kids. Yeah, that's what I mean. They come into the league well prepared because, as you said, that the competition they're playing against is much better than the college the teams that are playing in the US. It's kind of similar to what LaMelo Ball did. Went and played in Australia for a bit against mainly adults in an adult league, so his transition's been a bit quicker as well to the NBA. It's just who you're coming up against as his competition. But he's 11-6 to Miami. I missed out. I was reading the comments. Giannis had a dunk. And Miami hit another 2-point shot. Middleton, that's a tough shot for Middleton. Rims out, and he's fouled. Chris Middleton will go to the line. But it's 11-6 to Miami. Yeah, 11-6 to Miami in the first quarter so far. But the Bucks have got 2 free throws. As you can see, I put 3 and 6 there. That's basically just what seed they are in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee are the 3 seed, Miami the 6 seed. But So far, Miami are winning, but it's only 4 minutes into the game, into the first quarter. First of all, the European club competitions used to work like football does. The winners and the top 3 teams go to the Euro League or the lower competition, the Euro Cup, similar to the Champions League in Europe. Oh, right. So like, it's just like kind of like the European club competition work like football, right? And the top 3 or 4 teams go to the Euro League or the lower competitions. So it's a pretty interesting one because I know that Doncic played for Real Madrid, obviously. But I just wondered if I would just like a Spanish league or something like that. But it makes sense now that they're all different. Like you said, different nations competing against each other and different teams from different nations competing in one league. That makes sense now. Giannis inside, loses the ball. And they're going to give another free throw to the Bucks here. It is 11-7. Giannis is going to go to the line. But so far, Giannis has been getting to the line a lot. He's been getting inside, playing some, working off the pick and roll there with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. But this is what I mean with Giannis. He's too one-dimensional. It's good to get to the line because obviously you get fouls on your opposition players, but you want to be able to have that jump shot available if you've got it. Alexis, but problem is now the current guy who runs the EuroLeague is trying to make it into the NBA by giving teams long-term licenses, making domestic achievements irrelevant. Yeah, so like, how does it work in terms of recruiting? Like, how do they get the players in? Is there some sort of draft, or do they just like sign players to play from? For example, teams can finish 10th in Spain; they still play in the EuroLeague in a special license. You see, that's pretty rubbish. Like you say, if a team's finishing 10th and they're still going to the Europa League, as Tubbs has said, it's kind of like the European Super League. Like, no matter how bad of a club you are this season, like Spurs were going to get into the European Super League and they won't finish in the top 4 this season. It's basically the European Super League in basketball, except it's been like that for a while. Teams losing massive money too, like even like the ones that win it, etc., etc. Yeah, I think that's pretty poor. Like you mentioned, now if you can finish 10th and still and still make the certain Euro League tournament, that's pretty unfair, really. But after this game, it is 11-8 to the Miami Heat. Milwaukee Bucks just sunk their last free throw with Giannis. This is Kendrick Nunn from the stripe. 2-point shot is good. Nice shot there from Kendrick Nunn, assisted by Jimmy Butler. Obviously, Kendrick Nunn was undrafted, but he has been a fantastic player since being picked up by the Miami Heat. Giannis drives into the paint, kicks out to Brook Lopez. Lopez drives inside. Lopez one-handed shot is no good. Oh, and the Heat rebounded the ball, but Bam Adebayo kicked it out of play for some reason. Very, very strange moment of play there from the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo, I don't know what he was doing. He kicked the ball out of play. And it's a 13-8 game to Miami Heat after Kendrick Nunn made that 2-point shot. Alexis put it's very much like football. Clubs have academies and developing players, having them come in. Makes sense then, makes sense. Shot there from Chris Middleton was no good. Butler's bringing the ball up the court now. Butler backing into the post. Still backing down. Double team. Butler's shot is no good. Rebound by Brook Lopez. So Butler started this game a little bit cold. He's got an assist so far, but so far it's been Duncan Robinson that's been the man on fire for the Miami Heat. He made all 3 of his first 3-point shots. It's 13-8 to the Miami Heat. 6 minutes played so far. And I think the Bucks or the Heat, I think they just called a timeout. So we've gone to a commercial break. But so far, the Heat are the ones in the lead. Timo's put, how do you think the Warriors should rebuild for next season? It's a tough one because obviously you've got Steph Curry. As far as I'm aware, he's still got a few years left on his contract. You've got players like Draymond Green. I mean, Klay Thompson's the big one in my opinion. When he signed that, super. I think was it a super max deal or just a max? I think it was just a max contract. When he signed the max contract, obviously he tore his ACL, then he did his Achilles, or the other way around. But he's had both those injuries in 2 seasons. I don't know how Klay Thompson's going to come back from those injuries. If you're the Warriors, do you illustrate Steph Curry? I know it'd sound blasphemous, but the players could get in return for him, the picks could get in return for him. If you're looking to fully rebuild, he could be a man to trade. But you've got young players like James Wiseman that he had an all right rookie year. He suffered with injuries quite a bit, so he's going to get better without a doubt. But in terms of Jordan Poole, he had a breakout season. I just don't know what you do. I think you kind of locked him with big contracts. Andrew Wiggins on a massive contract. I'd try and look to trade him if you can do. Draymond Green at this point, I'd look to move him as well because for what he brings on the defensive side of the ball, he's not doing enough for me on the offense. I know he's a crucial player for the Warriors, but this Warriors team is not the same one that were competing for championships a few years ago. So Whether you want to trade Curry, Draymond, Wiggins, I think you need to get some of those players out of there. You need to try and rebuild, get some more picks in, get some more younger players in. And Klay Thompson, as I mentioned, is the big question mark for me. Do you try and move on from Klay Thompson or not? Because Thompson, he doesn't rely on his athleticism a bit. He's just a very, very good shooter. So maybe these injuries are not as bad as we think. But coming off an ACL and an Achilles, it's not easy to do. It really isn't. So I'll have to wait and see what happens with Klay Thompson. But yeah, the Warriors. Are you a big Warriors fan, by the way, Timo Werner? As we know, they missed out on the playoffs. They lost in the play-in tournament yesterday to the Memphis Grizzlies in overtime, which was a pretty sickening game because I think we all wanted to see Steph Curry in the playoffs and go up against the Utah Jazz, because I think the Warriors, they could have easily stole a few games off the Jazz, maybe going to won the series. I know the Jazz are the first seed, but I think they're definitely a vulnerable team. You can definitely get at them. And a team like the Warriors, who are experienced, you never know what could have happened. Alexis put these yellow jerseys are ugly, to be fair. Yeah, I thought that as well. Like, then the Heat, I'm sure you've seen the Heat in white or red, but yellow jerseys, I wasn't too keen. I'm not too keen on them either, Alexa. They kind of look like Pacers jerseys, as I mentioned. Look like the Pacers win the playoffs, not the Heat. But yeah, I agree. They're not the best looking jerseys, are they? But we are just now back from the commercial break. They're talking about Duncan Robinson, as I mentioned. He was on fire in the first 6 minutes or so. His first 3 shots were all 3-pointers. He made all 3 of them off screens with Bam Adebayo. But yeah, so far it has been a very good game. I'm probably going to go with the Heat to win this. I think they'll squeeze it out. I think the Heat will end up winning this. Alexis put Miami's kind of similar to the Lakers. Their low seed isn't indicative of the talent. Yeah, that's right. The Heat are the 6th seed, but they could easily be a top 3 seed in the East. They are a very good side. They started pretty slowly. They suffered there. I think Jimmy Butler got COVID at the start of the season. I think obviously last season ended so late that teams that were in the finals didn't really have much rest, and the Heat started really slow. Once they got going, they had a very good end to the season and got the 6th seed when it looked like they were going to miss the playoffs. But we're back underway now. 13-8 to the Heat, as I mentioned. The Heat have got the ball bringing up the court. Kendrick Nunn going to shoot the 3 off the screen. Doesn't even hit the rim. Just hits the backboard. Terrible shot there from Kendrick Nunn. And now Giannis is going to bring the ball up the court. Giannis drives inside, uses athleticism, runs over Robinson, and they're going to give a charge. And Giannis is fuming about that. I thought it was probably a blocking foul, but they're going to give us a charge. And Giannis's bucket will be no good. It will not count. And it will be Heat ball. 13-8 stands. Butler's going to bring the ball up the court here as the Heat try and get into their offense. Robinson. Still Butler. Going to get a screen there from Ariza. Ariza from the 3-point line. Going to put up a 3, and it is no good. Didn't even hit the rim again. 2 back-to-back poor shots from the Miami Heat and Trevor Ariza and Kendrick Nunn. Neither hit the rim. This is Giannis inside, broken up by Butler. Comes out to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo finds Middleton in the post, guarded by Ariza. From the elbow, nice shot there from Chris Middleton. 2-point shot. Makes it a 13-10 game to the Heat still in the lead, but the Bucks got the 2-point shot. Adebayo's going to bring the ball up. Finds Duncan Robinson. Robinson gets a screen. Another 3-point shot from Duncan Robinson. This one's no good. Rebounded by Chris Middleton. Middleton brings it up the court. Middleton shoots a 3, early 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Kendrick Nunn, and Butler's going to bring the ball up again. But very, very quick plays here from both sides. They're not scared to shoot the 3-point. Oh, and that's a terrible pass there. Butler through the legs of Bam Adebayo, and it's going to go out for a Milwaukee ball. But the very, very high-tempo game, this. Both teams shooting a lot of threes. Not really driving the ball to the basket. If Giannis gets the ball, he's driving it, but a lot of threes have been put up so far in this game. Timo Werner's put big Warriors guy. I think we need to move from Draymond after that last shot. Yeah, that last shot was pretty poor, wasn't it, mate? If you'd have made that shot, you would have gone on and won it, but it was a bit of a terrible floater, wasn't it? Wasn't a fantastic shot. Bucks got the ball again. This is Middleton once again in the post, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Good defense there from Butler. Middleton can't go anywhere. Middleton still got it. Needs to pass the ball off to Brook Lopez, who's guarded well. Brook Lopez just heaves up a 3. Nowhere near. Off the front iron. Rebounded. But I think it was Goran Dragic. 3-point shot there by Dragic. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Butler. And Butler missed the layup. Easy put by there for Jimmy Butler, and he missed it off the front iron. Holiday inside, lobs it up. Terrible pass. 3-point shot there, no good from the Bucks. Rebounded again. I think these are most of the subs that come into the game now. Middleton 3, that's no good. 3 straight missed shots on that position by the Bucks. Rebounded by the Miami Heat. Goran Dragic. Sorry about that, I had to mute. I'm talking to my sister. She's leaving the house. So we're just me on my own in the house as we watch these NBA playoff games. That's a massive shot there from Brook Lopez. A huge 3. Lopez, obviously one of the best 3-point shooting big men in the entire NBA. Hits a massive 3. And the score is now 15-13 to the Miami Heat. But so far, it's been, as I mentioned, it's been a very, very high-tempo game. I think both teams need to calm down. It's early in the game. Both teams seem to be rushing into their offense quite a bit. 4 minutes left in this first quarter, but so far it's been a good one. It's definitely been a good one so far. But yeah, as I mentioned there, Timo Werner, I think we need to move on to Draymond Green. I do agree. I think when you look at Green's contracts as well, he's on about maybe 2 or 3 more years on some big money. Is he really worth that anymore? I said he was a very vital player when the Warriors were winning championships. But at this point in his career, is he a player that you want on big money? And I mean, I heard the Warriors were rumored of bringing in Kawhi Leonard in free agency because obviously Kawhi Leonard is a free agent this upcoming season. So do they look to bring him in? I don't think he'll leave the Clippers, to be fair. If he does, I'll be pretty gutted, but I don't think he would do that. But yeah, the Warriors in a very, very strange spot now. I don't know what they're like for draft picks as well. They might have traded some away to for the Andrew Wiggins trade. We have 4 minutes to go in this game. As I mentioned, we will be live tomorrow as well for the Lakers-Suns game about 8:30. And this isn't the only game on tonight. The Bucks Heat is the one we're covering right now. But later on, obviously, you can watch the LA Clippers. They're taking on the Dallas Mavericks. It's a series that we saw last season. So we'll see if the Mavericks can get revenge on the Clippers. The Nets, they're taking on the Boston Celtics at 1 a.m. The Nets, big favourites in the Eastern Conference. And then Nuggets taking on the Portland Trailblazers at 3:30. So we'll see what happens there. Chris put, "Hi mate, hope you're well. Don't watch NBA, but I've dropped a like and tune in regards." Thanks for that, Chris. I'm doing very well, mate. Thanks a lot. Hope you are too. And thanks for tuning in. Like I said, even if you're not a big fan of the NBA, thanks for dropping the like and once again getting the viewing for the channel. Much appreciated, pal. Let's hope Liverpool can get a win tomorrow because I don't want Roy Hodgson to be ruining our top 4 chances. Of all people, please don't let it be Roy Hodgson. But I'm pretty sure before Liverpool lost, but Liverpool weren't beaten at home for 3.5 years. The last game they lost home at Anfield was Palace in 2017. Obviously, that streak's got weight. That streak has disappeared now because Liverpool have been pretty poor this season at home. But up to that point, Palace were the last team to beat Liverpool at Anfield for a very long time. So hopefully we can hold on and get top 4. But that is obviously football tomorrow, 4 p.m. And if you do like football, obviously, I'm sure you do. Who doesn't like football? But the lads will be streaming a League One end of season stream tomorrow. The league is pretty crazy. I think there's 3 teams that can win the title. There's there's 4 teams, 4 or 5 teams, maybe 6 teams that could possibly get relegated. So that league is going to come down to the end. It's going to come down to the final whistle in that one. See who goes up and down. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously tomorrow, I'm one of the lucky ones going tomorrow. Wow, fair play, Chris. Hopefully you are singing it out and hopefully helping Liverpool get that big win, which we need. Is it 10,000 fans at Anfield tomorrow? About 10,000 in it, every single stadium. Alexis put, pretty sure Porzingis is the key to the Mavs series. If he doesn't help Doncic, Clippers in 5. I'd agree with that. I completely agree with that, Alexa. I think when we watched last season, the Mavs made the series. They made it tense for us Clippers fans. They made it interesting, but when Porzingis went down injured, it wasn't really a competition. It was just Doncic on his own running around, and the Clippers just kind of locked him up in the end and won the series. So if Porzingis is healthy, could be an interesting series. If Porzingis is not healthy, could be very, very tough for the Mavs. You could just put 10,000 fans. Yeah, I mean, even if it's 10,000 or full capacity, I'm sure Anfield will be rocking, no doubt. 10,000 better than 2,000 atmosphere-wise. Yeah, just having fans back in the stadiums, it's just much better, isn't it, really? I mean, I was struggling to watch football without the fans. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty boring to watch. But with the fans back in the stadiums, even that Championship playoff game today, they made a massive difference. Tyler Hero's now in the game for the Heat. That shot is no good. The ball goes out of play, and I think they're going to give it Heat ball. But as I mentioned, it is 15-all. The Milwaukee Bucks did tie the game with a Drew Holiday two-pointer just after that. Just as we got all this timeout, Drew Holiday hit a nice floater to tie the game up. 15. So the Heat got out to a very quick start with those Duncan Robinson 3-point shots, but the Bucks have pegged them back, and we're now tied. And they've got just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And that's a +1. That is an and one foul there. I think it was Dwayne Dedmon. Yeah, it was Dwayne Dedmon. Hit the 2-point shot, and now he's going to the line to make it a 3-point play. Tyler Hero kicked it inside to Dedmon. Dedmon laid the ball up, and I think he was fouled by Bobby Portis. Chris Welch put his fans at NBA there. There is fans at NBA, Chris. I'm not sure how many fans are in each stadium, but there's definitely fans there, which we like to see. You know, as I mentioned, the fans make it so much better. Obviously, it's nowhere near full capacity, but still, some fans is better than no fans. Dedmon misses the free throw, however, and it's still 17-15 to the Heat. Lob up there to Giannis. Somehow he catches that Giannis. Unbelievable catch there from Giannis. Gets the missed shot rebound. Bryn Forbes with a crazy 3-point shot there was no good. He comes up on Bobby Portis, but they're going to give it a Milwaukee ball. And from three already, the Milwaukee Bucks have already shot 10 3-pointers in this game, and they've made one. And Miami have put up 10 3-point shots also, and they made 3. And those three that they've made were the first 3 Duncan Robinson made at the start of the game. So both teams extremely cold from 3-point range so far in this game. Giannis turnaround shot, and that's no good. Rebounded there by Dwayne Dedmon. Tyler Hero walks into a 3, pulls back, pass it out to Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic, can't get that name out. Hits a massive 3 there for the Miami Heat. 5-point game to the Heat. And Dragic again, just a warrior. Let me know, Alexa. Is Dragic from? Is he from Serbia? I know he's definitely European. He hit a huge 3-point shot there. The Dragon, as he's known by many people in the NBA. But the Heat take a 5-point lead in this game. This is Portis now. Gets into the paint. Nice shot there from Bobby Portis. Little floater, and now it's a 3-point game once again. 17 points on the board so far for the Milwaukee Bucks. Butler's going to bring the ball up here. Pretty slowly getting into their offense here, the Miami Heat. Butler trying to get a screen off Dedmon. Guarded by Giannis. 2-point shot there from Butler's no good. Rebounded by Bryn Forbes. 1 minute 35 to go in the first quarter. Holiday finds Forbes. Forbes drives inside. Forbes the layup. And one. And all of a sudden, Milwaukee, they were down by 5 a few minutes ago. The momentum is truly with them now as Bryn Forbes gets an and one layup. He's going to go to the line for a possible 3-point opportunity, which will tie the game at 20 apiece. Big shot there from Bryn Forbes. Averaging 10 points a season, obviously Bryn Forbes shooting 45% from 3, which is top 5 in the NBA, by the way. So he's been very, very good from 3-point range this season, Bryn Forbes. We'll see if he can hit his free throw and tie this game up with 1 minute 30 to go in the first quarter. This first quarter, that's absolutely flown by the way. Forbes' free throw is good, and we are tied at 20 apiece in this first quarter. Goran Dragic going to bring the ball up for the Miami Heat. Most of the bench players are still in the game. Hero drives into the paint, kicks it back out. I think that's Kendrick Nunn. Back to Tyler Hero. Good defenses from the Milwaukee Bucks. Tyler Hero drives inside, kicks it out. Pass is broken up and stolen there by Giannis. Can he get on it? He can do. Giannis drives into the box. Giannis drives into the paint. Misses the layup. Rebound by Portis. The putback is no good. Giannis once again misses another layup. Kendrick Nunn, a deep 3. Missed. And I think the rebound there. Wow, he's kept in unbelievably by Dwayne Dedmon. Tyler Hero 3's no good. And put back in. An unbelievable set of events there. Somehow Bam Adebayo kept the ball in. Hero's 3-point shot was no good, and the ball was tipped back in by Dwayne Dedmon. and Heat take a 2-point lead with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3-point shot from Bobby Portis. It's no good. Rebounded unbelievably by DiVincenzo and put back in by DiVincenzo, was it? No, it's Pat Connaughton, I think. So tied at 22. 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dragic is guarded by Drew Holiday. Spins off Holiday. Nice play there by Holiday to swap the ball out, though. Finds Bam Adebayo, who's been pretty much non-existent so far in this first quarter. Been setting some good screens other than that. Not many points scored, but Dragic hits the 2-point shot from the elbow. 24-22 to the Miami Heat. 12 seconds to go. This is going to be the final possession of the first half. Drew Holiday, guarded by Kendrick Nunn. Gets a screen from Bryn Forbes. Holiday against Dragic. Double teamed. Holiday 3-point shot is no good. Rebounded by nobody because the shot clock expired. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a 24-22 lead for the Miami Heat. A very, very hectic first quarter, fair to say. Both teams putting up a lot of 3-point shots. I think both teams are still in the hit. Maybe 2 3-point shots each. Cal Sport here, Will. How are you? I'm not too bad, Cal. Thanks for asking me. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you are good as well as we watch the NBA playoffs. Let me know if you're an NBA fan. But so far, as mentioned, hectic game. Both teams putting up a lot of 3-point shots. But the Heat have the advantage at the end of the first quarter, which kind of flew by. 2 timeouts being called, I think. And a few stoppages here and there, but the Bucks got to the line early in the first quarter. Duncan Robinson was the main man early in the first quarter for the Heat. He hit a few threes, but since then it's been a lot of 2-point shots, a lot of driving to the rim. But it's been a good game, really good game so far. As I mentioned earlier, the Heat defeated the Bucks in the second round last year, 4-1. So they beat them in 5 games. Jimmy Butler was fantastic in that game as well. But we shall see as we go into the second quarter who can carry the momentum over. But as I mentioned, we're covering obviously the Suns Lakers as well tomorrow at 8:30. That should be a very good one. Obviously, the Lakers beat the Warriors in the play-in tournament to get the 7th seed. The Phoenix Suns, obviously, with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Monty Williams as head coach, finished second in the West. Their highest finish for a very, very long time. And it's the first time they've been in the playoffs for a very, very long time as well. But so far for Milwaukee, Giannis, only 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist on 2 for 7 shooting. My bad. But yeah, 2 for 7 shooting for Giannis so far. He's kind of struggled. He's missed a few layups as well, which you think he would have easily have put in. But yeah, it has been a tough start for Giannis, personally. The Bucks have managed to keep up well with the Heat. It's only a 2-point game. It's been very, very tight. But Giannis has not been his usual self, I'd say. Not really dominating the game, but we'll see how he comes out in the second quarter. And to be fair, we've not really seen Giannis take over a playoff series, really. Since he's been in the NBA, he's won a few MVPs, but he's never really got done in the playoffs. And that's been the main thing for Giannis. People have always said he's not really got done in the playoffs. But maybe that'll change this season. I think it needs change eventually because, if a player as good as Giannis, he can't keep falling in the playoffs as much as he does. Goran Dragic was a nice spark off the bench for the Heat late in the first quarter. Alexis put predictions for each series. So for this series, I think the Heat will win this game tonight. But overall, I'm going to say the Bucks defeat the Heat in 7 games. I think it was going to go 7 games this one. They're both very evenly matched. I think Giannis in the end will take over for the first time in his career because, as I mentioned, he's not really took over in the playoffs many times before. But I'm going to go with the Bucks. They'll be the Heat in 7 games. Clippers, Mavericks, I'm going to say the Clippers in 6. I think if Porzingis is healthy and with players like Doncic on the Mavericks, it's going to make it very, very hard for the Clippers. But I think in the end, the Clippers will just squeeze through in 6 games and beat the Mavericks. In terms of the Portland Nuggets series, I'm going to say the Nuggets win that in 7. Jokic is, I know they're missing Jamal Murray, but Jokic is a very, very good player. And in terms of the Lakers Suns, I'm going to go Lakers in 6. I think the Suns are a good team, but the Lakers, they've not been healthy. But LeBron, AD, once playoff time comes around, they turn to different players. So I'm going to say the Lakers win in 6. In the East, as I mentioned, I've got the Bucks winning this game. I think the Nets will beat the Celtics in 5. You know, the Celtics, after losing Jaylen Brown, I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs. Jason Tatum might win a game for the Celtics, but I think in the end the Nets are just far too strong. I think the 76ers, they'll defeat the Washington Wizards in 5. I'll give the Wizards 1 game, but I think the 76ers are just too strong, especially when Doc Rivers. He's turned the team around completely. And in the last series, I think it's the Knicks against the Hawks. Yeah, Knicks versus the Hawks. I'm going to say the Knicks winning 7 in that game as well. Again, that's a very, very interesting series, that Hawks-Knicks. You know, both teams haven't been in the playoffs in a very long time. They've both got both teams have got some good young players. I'm going to say the Knicks win in 7. Julius Randle is the star of that series. But we're back underway now in this Heat game. And the first bucket of the second quarter goes to Kendrick Nunn. He makes it 26-22 Miami. DiVincenzo's got the ball now. In from Middleton. DiVincenzo, deep 3 ball over Tyler Hero. That's no good. Rebounded by Kendrick Nunn. Giannis regains the ball though for the Bucks. Brings the ball up the court. Dumps it off to Middleton. Finds Bobby Portis in the post. Portis spin. Jump shot is good off the glass. Bobby Portis has come into this game. And he's given a good spark here to the Milwaukee Bucks off the bench. Makes it a 2-point game once again. Hero finds Kendrick Nunn. Nunn for 3. And Nunn hits the 3-point shot. Big shot there from Kendrick Nunn. 29-24 to the Miami Heat. Giannis again brings the ball up for the Bucks. Finds Middleton in the post once again, guarded by Hero. Middleton inside. Gets it to Giannis, and a massive dunk there from Giannis. The guy is too big, he's too long. And a huge slam there from Giannis. I think it's his second dunk of the game. It's now a 3-point game. There's 4 quarters altogether, is that right? Are they 10 minutes each? So there's 4 quarters in total, Kyle, but each quarter's 12 minutes long. But there's people have timeouts, there's fouls called, so the clock does stop. So the games do last quite long, to be fair. But yeah, 12 minutes in each quarter, 4 quarters in total. We're now in the second quarter, and it's 29-26 to the Miami Heat. As I mentioned, the scoreboard won't be fully updated every single second. I'll update, when I can, each stop in play. But 3-point game. The Heat lead so far. Bobby Portis inside again. Nice hook shot. And Bobby Portis, he's been brilliant since he's come off the bench here for the Bucks. It's only a 1-point game now. 8 minutes played. Sorry, 8 minutes to go, should I say. Kendrick Nunn finds Hero. Tyler Hero is fouled by Pat Connaughton. He will go to the line. But it's now a 1-point game after that Bobby Portis layup. 29-28 Miami Heat. But the Heat are now going to the free throw line. Yeah, Giannis had that massive slam dunk there just then. Got the crowd going without a doubt. Hero's first free throw is good. 2-point game. Giannis so far 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 for 10 from the field. So not great numbers so far from Giannis, but I'm sure he will get it going later on in the game. Tyler Hero had the line again to try and make his second free throw. It's a 2-point game at the moment, 30-28 in favour of the Miami Heat. Hero's second free throw is good. 3-point game. And now the Bucks are going to bring the ball up. Giannis is not on the court. Yeah, Giannis has been taken off the court. This is Middleton now, guarded by Bam Adebayo. Middleton at the elbow, kicks it back out to Drew Holiday. Holiday guarded by Adebayo now. Holiday drives in. Layup is good, but they're going to give a traveling violation on Drew Holiday. So the 2-point shot over Bam Adebayo was good there by Holiday. Very, very good shot from him, to be fair. However, they called a travelling violation on the play. And the Heat have got the ball again. And Dragic tries to dribble the ball up the court. He's brought down by DiVincenzo. Are they going to give a foul here? Are they giving a foul? Mike Budenholzer, the Bucks head coach, is not happy with that. But I'm not too sure what he's giving here. I think it's just there. Yeah, just put the ball back into play, and Dragic will bring the ball up now for the Heat. Dragic finds Butler. Butler guarded by DiVincenzo. Looking to get a screen there from Bam Adebayo. Gets separation. Jimmy Butler drives inside. Finds Dragic back to Butler. Butler's going to shoot a three-point shot over DiVincenzo, and Jimmy Butler from three-point range sinks it. It's a 34-28 game. Heat lead by 6 points. Butler making his first shot of the game. He's 1 for 6 from the field. So those are the first points of the game for Jimmy Butler. Middleton now, three-point shot is good. And they're going to give a loose ball foul as well. So Chris Middleton makes the three-point shot. They're going to give a loose ball foul on Dwayne Dedmon. So now it's a three-point game, and I think the Bucks are going to get the ball back. So just after Butler hits a big shot to give the Heat a 6-point lead, Middleton hits the three, and then they're going to give a foul on Dedmon. So the Bucks can get right back into it here. Apparently it's on Andre Iguodala. Apparently hit down Bobby Portis. That's what the foul was on. But now 2 personal fouls on Iguodala, so he's got to watch himself. We're only in the second quarter here. And Bobby Portis will go to the line. I think he'll shoot 2 free throws, so he can make it a 1-point game if he sinks both of them. Portis free throw, no good. In and out. And it's a 3-point game. He only had 1 free throw because it was only a loose ball foul. It wasn't actually a shooting foul or a blocking foul. Heat now driving forward. Jimmy Butler. Hook shot is no good. Rebounded by Adebayo. His putback is no good. And the Bucks are going to bring the ball back up the court. Middleton, who's seen a lot of the ball so far for the Bucks. Step back three is no good. And a massive rebound there by Iguodala. Now Tyler Hero, kind of playing as a point guard tonight. Tyler Hero is handling the ball a lot. Jimmy Butler guarded by Portis. Butler inside. Trip to the ball there. And they're going to call a foul. First foul there from PJ Tucker. And Jimmy Butler will go to the line, I think. Yeah, Butler's going to shoot 2 free throws. Try and give the Bucks a 5-point lead. But as mentioned, Butler, tough start for him. 1 for 7 from the field so far. 3 points, 5 rebounds. Hits his first free throw. It's a 4-point game. As I said earlier, after this the game tonight, the Clippers will take on the Mavericks at 9:30 p.m. The game after that will be at 1 a.m. UK time. The Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics, which should be an absolute cracker. And then the last game is a late one. It's the Denver Nuggets taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Jokic against Damian Lillard in that one. So 2 Eastern Conference games, 2 Western Conference games tonight. Butler makes both his free throws. 5-point game with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Drew Holiday. Screen there from Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez has still got it. Shot over Dwayne Dedmon, and it falls. Tough shot there from Brook Lopez, but a nice shot over Dwayne Dedmon. It looked like he lost the ball, but he won it back nicely. Screen there from Dedmon with Butler. Finds Duncan Robinson back. Jimmy Butler guarded by Giannis. Butler wants a screen. Dedmon gives him the screen. Butler drives inside on Brook Lopez. Butler's right-handed shot is no good, but they're going to call another foul. Butler's going to go to the line once again. Brook Lopez this time for the foul. It's now a 3-point game. And I think a 20-second timeout has been called. I'm not too sure, but 3-point game, Miami Heat lead. Butler's going to shoot 2 free throws when they come back from the commercial break. But so far, it's been a very tight one. There's been a lot of scrappy fouls. The game started with a lot of teams putting up a lot of 3-point shots. But now in this second quarter, it's been mostly teams getting inside the paint, trying to lay the ball up. And it's been a physical game. I do think this game will go 7. I think this series will go 7 games. It's a toss-up, really. You know, Jimmy Butler and the Heat, they already beat the Bucks last year. They know how to beat them. But Giannis, he'll be out for revenge. He'll want to eventually get his playoff career going. You know, he's made 1 conference final in his career. Ended up losing to the Toronto Raptors, obviously. So he'll be desperate to get to the NBA Finals, and if the Bucks are going to get there, he's going to be the main man to do that because he is their best player. It's quite simple. But obviously, as I said, tomorrow on the channel, we'll be covering the game we'll be covering is the Suns against the Lakers. I would cover more games in the week, but the problem is they're all very, very late in the UK. I think the earliest one, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're all like 12:30 at night. So, I wouldn't be able to cover those games late on because, I'd be absolutely knackered every single day of the week, and I've got uni work and work in general. So, but this weekend, I've got this game right now, and I can do another one tomorrow as well. The Suns and the Lakers. At 8:30. It's actually a very, very good one. LeBron taking on his good buddy Chris Paul. Timo Werner's put guaranteed Bucks will bottle this series, top of the NBA. You can probably say that. I mean, Giannis is pretty similar to Harry Kane, really, because Harry Kane, when he's playing against pretty crap teams, he likes to bang them in, and he's always up there in the goal scoring chart. Similar to Giannis is always up there with the MVP voting. But when it comes to crunch time, Tottenham always seem to crackle, and so do the Bucks. So. Tell you what, Timo Werner, it's a very, very good comparison. That the Bucks are the Tottenham of the NBA. But like I said, I won't be surprised if they bottle this series because the Heat are a very good team. But my prediction is the Bucks are going to win this in 7. I'm backing Giannis in this series. I do like Jimmy Butler a lot as a player, but Giannis has got to win. He's got to get going eventually in the playoffs. So I think this is the year that'll happen. What do you think about your chances for Chelsea tomorrow, Timo Werner, making the top 4? Do you reckon you're going to bottle top 4? Possibly lose to Aston Villa. And obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, so all we need to do is beat Palace and we're in, really. Unless, Leicester beat Tottenham like 6-0. But hopefully we can do the business, beat Palace and get that top 4 place sealed back in the Champions League. But I think we're going to be getting back underway pretty shortly with this game. As I mentioned, it's a 3-point game in the second quarter. The Heat are going to have 2 free throws when we come back. Butler's going to take him, I think. I think they give a foul. But this year definitely should be another good NBA playoffs, year of the NBA playoffs. Obviously, last year we had the NBA playoff bubble. No fans in the stadium. And it was fun to watch. The NBA did a good job of getting the playoffs going. But at the end of the day, there's nothing like basketball with real fans in the stadium. Getting behind the team. So as we know, that the atmosphere at NBA playoff games are just different. They're just different games. Butler's going to take 2 free throws right now. See if he can make it a 5-point game. First shot from Butler is up, and it is good. It's a 4-point game for the Heat. But yeah, Butler, as I said, started pretty slowly. But he started getting going a bit more now in this second quarter. We've got 6 minutes to go in this second quarter till halftime. The Bucks need to get, need to get the fans behind them more. Need to get going because the Heat started very well. The Bucks pegged them back, but the Heat try to pull away now. Playing some fantastic defense, by the way, the Miami Heat. Iguodala, Reza, Butler. They've got some very good defensive players. Ball given away there by Drew Holiday. Butler's got the ball now. He finds Ariza. Butler on the 3-point line, wanting a screen from Dedmon. Butler goes inside, finds Herro, guarded by Bryn Forbes. Herro step back 2. It's a deep 2, and it's a no good rebound. Holiday. Cal Miller to put you have an NBA team, Will? Yeah, I do. I support the LA Clippers, who are playing next against the Dallas Mavericks. As I said, I was going to cover the game, but with it being a 9:30 tip-off, maybe 9:45 tip-off, the game wouldn't finish after midnight, and I've got work tomorrow at 6 a.m., so I've got to do it pretty early. So it's a shame I can't cover that one, but I'm sure I'll be watching the first few quarters without a doubt. I'll probably watch the entire game. It's the same. I always say I'm going to get an early night, and it never ever happens. But hopefully we can get the win because ever since I've supported the Clippers, all I've seen us do is choke in the playoffs, which is a big shame. Obviously, last year we were beating the Nuggets 3-1 in the Western Conference semis. We lost series 4-3, blew a 3-1 lead, got trolled for months and months, and we still get trolled about it now. So the Clippers need to do something in this playoffs. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard is a free agent coming up, so we don't want to lose Kawhi Leonard. But now Tyler Herro's at the line. It's a 39-35 game in favour of the Heat. Herro's second free throw is good, and the Heat lead 40-35. Bucks have got the ball. Lopez goes inside. Devon wanted a foul, but Lopez missed the shot anyway. Duncan Robinson started the game on smoking hot form. Hit all 3 of his first 3-point shots. Butler now guarded by Forbes. Butler drives to the basket. Butler inside, pulls back, finds Hero. Hero, his shot won't go. Butler's shot won't go. Another rebound. 4 shots there from the, and they get the rebound. Unbelievable. Trevor Ariza gets the rebound. Deep 3 from Robinson. That's nowhere near. Rebound by Jimmy Butler. His possession won't end, but they give a foul. They say Jimmy Butler's out of bounds. And Milwaukee get the ball. Carl's both the win for you. Wishing the best of luck. Cheers, Carl, mate. I do appreciate that. Yeah, the Clippers, we've never won an NBA championship. We've never even gone to Western Conference Finals. So if we can make it to the Western Conference Finals this year, at least, I'll be happy with that. Possibly with the Lakers, that'll be fantastic to watch. But yeah, hopefully we can go all the way. We've got the team to do so. We've got the players that you need to win a championship. We just need to turn up in the clutch moments. And so far, the Clippers have not done that in their past. But let's hope this season is a first. Brook Lopez there. I think he got fouled by Robinson. And Brook Lopez is going to go to the line and shoot free for us with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's a 5-point game. Obviously, Atletico Madrid did win the Liga as well. Suarez, the former Liverpool man, I'm very happy for him that he won the league there with Atletico Madrid. Brook Lopez makes both his free throws, and it's 40-37. It's a 3-point game again. This game has been very, very tight from the tip-off. Neither team has got out to a big lead, really. And it's still very tight now. As Kendrick Nunn inside with a 2-point shot. That's no good off the front iron. Rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is going to bring the ball up the court, guarded by Ariza. Giannis is going to shoot a 3. And it's nowhere near. Rebounded by Brook Lopez. Massive rebound by Lopez and a huge slam. Lopez dunks over 3 players. Got the rebound. Great shot there from Brook Lopez. And it's a 1-point game. Lopez obviously made the 2 free throws. And now he gets that big slam dunk. Lopez in 9 points, 4 rebounds on the night. Bam Adebayo. He's going to pull up for a 2 from the elbow. And Bam Adebayo's shot is no good. It's a 1-point game. Milwaukee can take the lead here. Giannis has got the ball. Shot is up and good. Chris Middleton. And they're going to give it. And Milwaukee have the first lead. Well, it's their first lead of the game. They lead by 1 point. They scored the last 6 points. Brook Lopez got the 2 free throws, that massive dunk. And now Chris Middleton hits the big 2-point shot. And the Milwaukee Bucks lead by 1. He drove on Duncan Robinson, pulled up on Robinson with a fantastic shot. Hits the big bucket. And the Bucks lead by 1 point. Still second quarter, about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. We've just gone to a break. I think there's a timeout called by the Miami Heat, which I'm not surprised about because obviously the Bucks are on a bit of a quick run there. I do apologise if I stop talking for now. I'm just checking my phone real quick. I don't want to constantly talk, otherwise I'll end up losing my voice by the time the stream's up. Whew. So yeah, 1-point game to the Bucks. Also, if you were tuned in for the championship stream earlier, which Josh covered between Brentford and Bournemouth, fantastic game of football to watch if you didn't watch it. Brentford going through. They were losing 1-0 on the day. They were losing 2-0 on aggregate, but they scored the last 3 goals in the game to move on to the championship playoff final. That was a good stream, but as Josh mentioned in that stream, they are having some technical difficulties over at the house. I know the lads are struggling with the Wi-Fi, so I think they're streaming tomorrow. They're streaming the League One final day. I'm also streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming the Lakers versus the Suns, game 1, which will be Sunday, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. But then I think after that, there won't be many streams because of how bad the Wi-Fi is. Obviously the Europa League final, I believe, is this upcoming Wednesday. So we'll definitely stream that if the Wi-Fi permits, obviously. But yeah, the Premier League of Darts won't be back now until next Friday. So if you're a big darts fan, that will not be back now until next Friday. I know, Josh. We'll keep you updated and whatnot on the Twitter. If you've got any questions about the channel and whatnot, also go check the website out. All the links are on our Twitter page. We're constantly putting more stuff on the website as well, so go have a look at that if you want to check out anything sports car related on the website. But we're just waiting for this commercial break to be over now. That's the one thing I don't like about American sports. I'm a big fan of NFL and NBA, but my word, the breaks take a very, very long time. A lot of stoppages in play, not like football where it's one 15-minute break. In these games, they have a lot of different breaks. I think we'll be back on shortly. We'll see if we can take the advantage into the second half. As I mentioned, it's a 1-point lead for the Bucks so far. The Heat started out very, very quickly. The Bucks pulled them back a bit, but then the Heat tried to get out to a bigger lead. I think they were up to about a 7-point lead at one point, but the Bucks scored the last 6 points of the game. Brook Lopez got the 2 free throws, had a massive slam dunk, and then Chris Middleton hit a tough 2-point shot over Duncan Robinson, I think it was, to give the Bucks the lead. Giannis is back in the game, but he's struggled tonight. He's 4 for 13 so far from the field, only got 9 points and 6 rebounds. And when he's been guarded by Bam Adebayo, he has struggled. But 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Heat got the ball. Dragic, screen by Butler, guarded by Drew Holiday. Finds Ariza. Dragic. Butler, 3-point shot over Middleton. Nowhere near, but Dragic gets the rebound, gets the lucky bounce and picks the ball back up. Goran Dragic, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Stolen away by Antetokounmpo. Middleton's got the ball. PJ Tucker finds Middleton, guarded by Duncan Robinson. Very good defense from both sides so far, I've noticed in this game. Middleton, turnaround jump shot over Robinson. Fantastic shot there from Chris Middleton. He's been brilliant so far in this game. 43-40, Milwaukee have a 3-point lead. And then I won an 8-0 run in the last 3 minutes of the game. So the Heat have gone cold these last few minutes. Ariza, 3-point shot from the corner is good. Tie ball game. Trevor Ariza, massive shot there from the corner. And we're tied once again in this game. 2 minutes 30 to go in the game. Giannis, guarded by Ariza. Giannis turns, misses the shot. Rebound. Giannis put back. Once again, he's good. Giannis, as I mentioned, he's just too tall and too long. Misses the shot, but snags his own rebound and puts the ball back into the hoop. 11 points for Giannis so far on the night. Adebayo, guarded by Lopez. Adebayo spins, puts up the shot. No good. Butler can't get the rebound, but a hard fall there from Jimmy Butler. But I think it's a foul on Lopez, maybe. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's going to go to the line here, shoot some free throws. So a foul there from the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Heat will go to the line. Jimmy Butler's going to shoot 2 free throws. But we are tied. Well, no, we're not tied, actually. I don't know what I'm on about there. The Bucks are leading by 2. But so far, the 2 key players for the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, they've both struggled. That shot's good there from Jimmy Butler. It's a 45-44 game in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton guarded by Adebayo. Finds Lopez, guarded by Butler. Lopez, easy shot from the free throw line. And it's a 3-point game against Milwaukee. We've just under 2 minutes to go in the game. 11 points, 8 in this quarter for Brook Lopez. Butler inside, and him and Bam Adebayo is not on the same page. The ball is just thrown away. Turnover there by the Miami Heat. And it's a 47-44 game in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks have the ball. Giannis inside, blows by Trevor Reeves and dunks the ball in with ease. It's a 5-point game in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks. 14-4 run in the last 4 minutes by the Milwaukee Bucks. Jimmy Butler still got the ball. Still Butler. Pass it to Robinson. Robinson finds Ariza in the corner, well guarded by Middleton. The Heat got to get a shot off here. Ariza, corner three, tough shot, nowhere near. Rebounded by Drew Holiday. But Milwaukee's defense has been absolutely fantastic in these past 5 minutes or so. Holiday guarded by Dragic. Holiday inside. And that's a foul there from Dragic on Drew Holiday. And I think Holiday will go to the line. But Holiday, obviously an off-season acquisition. He's playing fantastic tonight. He's been playing brilliant on defense. And the Bucks are just going to inbound the ball here. 55 seconds to go. Holiday. Pull up two from the elbow. And it just won't go. In and out. Rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Goran Dragic now. Guarded by DiVincenzo. Finds Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo top of the three-point line. Finds Robinson. Robinson gets screened from Adebayo. Robinson three-point shot is up. And it is good. Three-point shot there from Duncan Robinson. (47-49) in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks. Holiday lobs it up. And Holiday went to lob the ball up for Giannis. But the ball ended up in the hoop. So an unintentional basket there from Drew Holiday. But it goes in. And now it's a 4-point game. 25 seconds to go in this game. Milwaukee leads 51-47. Dragic guarded by Holiday. Holiday's been fantastic tonight, as I mentioned, on defense. Dragic drives inside. Stolen away by Holiday. Brilliant defense, but he throws it right back to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo lays the ball up and in. And it's an and one. Unbelievable. So Drew Holiday won the ball back fantastically on brilliant defense. Then he threw the ball straight to Bam Adebayo. Adebayo picked the ball up, double clutched on the layup, puts it in off the glass and gets fouled. So Bam Adebayo gets the and one. And once again, the Heat are right back in the game. Just when it looked like the Bucks were going to pull away, the Heat pull it back and keep this game tight. That's three fouls now on Brook Lopez. They've had to take him out of the game. Because 3 fouls in the second quarter, that's a lot of fouls to have early in the game. But Adebayo will take 2 free throws from the line. 80 seconds to go in the second quarter. Adebayo's first free throw is up and good. Well, it's his only free throw because it was an and one. So now it's a 1-point game. Giannis, final possession of the game. Giannis Antetokounmpo finds. Wow, Bobby Portis with a double pump, and Portis hits the shot at the buzzer. Unbelievable. I don't even know how to react to that. Bobby Portis, it looked like he was going to pull it from the three-point range. He was double-teamed. He punted both of the players out of their socks, drove to the basket, and simply put the ball in with an easy floater. 53-50 in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks at half-time here. This has been a fantastic game so far. Very, very even. Both teams playing very good defence. As I mentioned, the game started with a lot of three-point shots going up from both teams. But they've been driving to the basket more in the second quarter. And it is now halftime already. As the Bucks and the Heat have played out a fantastic game so far. 53-50 in favour of the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm just going to quickly go fill my water up. I'm back in 2 minutes. But it is halftime. Got any questions, please put them in the chat. You know, if you do support either of these teams, I'm an LA Clippers fan. We do play later tonight. Right after this game at 9:30 against the Dallas Mavericks, the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Boston Celtics at 1 a.m. and the Denver Nuggets taking on the Portland Trailblazers at 3:30 a.m. to round up our action tonight. We've obviously got more games tomorrow. I'll be covering the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers about 8:30. So make sure you're there for that one, because that one should be a very, very good one. LeBron James going up against his buddy Chris Paul and Devin Booker. So should be a good one indeed. I'm just going to go fill my water right quick and we're back in 2 minutes. think we're about a 15-minute break now until halftime, so I'll quickly talk you through the box score and what we're looking like so far. Obviously, as you can see there, the Bucks are up by 3 points. But yeah, it's been an entertaining one so far. Not much separate the sides. As I mentioned, that the Heat started very quickly. Duncan Robinson hit his first 3-point shots of the game to give the Heat an early lead, and he's got 12 points in the night. So started hot, cooled down a little bit, but then obviously Butler's got 8 points and 8 rebounds so far in this game, along with 2 steals and 2 assists. So Butler has had a pretty good game so far. Not fantastic from the field. He's only hit 1 shot. He's been good on the board. He's got 8 rebounds. He's been good going forward, setting screens and whatnot. But he's only 1 for 10 from the field. He's only hit 1 3-point shot. So he's had a bit of a slow start, but stat line it looks pretty decent for players like Duncan Robinson. Kendrick Nunn's been okay off the bench. Dragic has had a few good plays, but other than that, the Heat, their main players, but Adebayo, Butler, I'm expecting to see more from them in the second half. I think if Butler can really get his shot going, it's definitely going to help this Miami Heat offense a lot more. In terms of the Bucks, Giannis, he's only shooting a mere 37.5% from the field. He's not hitting a 3-point shot yet either, but he's got 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. So again, he's giving it his all, Giannis. The one thing with Giannis, you're going to get 100% every single game, no matter what. Drew Holiday, in my opinion, he's been one of the best players in this game so far. He's only got 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, but he has been fantastic on the defensive side of the ball. Matched up with Jimmy Butler, he's matched up with Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Dragic, Hero. He's guarded nearly everybody, and he's done a very good job. Middleton's also had a good game tonight. He's probably been the best player for the Bucks. 12 points, 5 assists and 3 rebounds on 50% shooting. He's only at 1 3-point shot, but he still had a very good game so far. Brook Lopez has also played pretty well. He got a big dunk in the second quarter. He's got 11 points and 4 rebounds so far, but he has got 3 personal fouls. So 3 more, he will be fouled out the game. So, the Bucks, they'd like to get Brook Lopez on the court a bit more, but you can't risk it too much because obviously if you just get those 6 fouls, he will be fouled out of the game. Should I turn the light on? It's got pretty dark in here, always. But other than that, really, it's Bobby Portis as well, as I mentioned with the Bucks. Giannis hasn't been incredible. Bobby Portis off the bench, he's hit some big shots. Just showing some highlights of some games from this season, some of the top players. The Hornets, Terry Rozier with a big shot against the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, we're just waiting for this game to get back underway now. Obviously, though, tonight it's not the only game so far. Obviously, this is the first game of the playoffs. We had all the playing games midweek, which I wanted to cover, but I couldn't because obviously the times were the games were way too late, basically, so I couldn't cover any of them. But tonight, obviously, we got our first game. Heat against Bucks has been a good one. Tonight, we've got the Clippers. They're hosting the Dallas Mavericks about 9:30. So that should be a good one, a rematch from last season's playoffs where the Clippers beat the Mavericks, but Luka Doncic, hit a massive buzzer beater in one of the games, which went down as one of the best shots in the playoffs. The Brooklyn Nets as well, who are many people's favourites in the Eastern Conference, they're taking on the Boston Celtics at 1 a.m. UK time. And the Denver Nuggets are playing the Portland Trailblazers at 3:30 in the morning UK time, a very late one for us in the UK. Obviously, it's about 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the US, I believe. So, some very good games tonight. Hopefully the Clippers can get a win for me against the Mavericks. We'll see how the Nets do. I think the Nets will probably demolish the Celtics this series, but if the Nets have got to play someone like the 76ers or the Bucks, I think they will struggle a little bit because they've got Harden, they've got Kyrie, they've got the likes of Kevin Durant, but they've not played a lot of games together, and you've got to get the chemistry, especially in the playoffs. Chemistry is very much key. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there with the Nets. And in terms of the Nuggets, they've got not got Jamal Murray, obviously, which is a big shame. He tore his ACL and didn't play. Well, he hasn't played for about a month, maybe 2 months now. So he's a massive loss for them. But they do still have Nikola Jokic, MVP candidate this season. So I think he will be enough to get the Nuggets through this series. But it won't be an easy one against Damian Lillard and co. And obviously tomorrow, as I mentioned, the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers is the game that we'll be watching on this channel. The Lakers won their playing game against the Golden State Warriors thanks to a massive shot from LeBron James. That's going to be a fantastic. I think that'll be probably the series of the first round, in my opinion. Suns versus the Lakers. And then obviously we've also got the Washington Wizards against 76ers tomorrow at 6 p.m. The Hawks-Knicks should be an interesting series. Two very young sides that haven't really been in the playoffs in quite a while, so that should be a good series. And we've got the Grizzlies and the Jazz as the late game. The Grizzlies beat the Warriors in the playing game last night to get the 8th seed, so I think that'll be an interesting series. Jazz got the 1st seed, but they can definitely be, beat in my opinion. So I think, tomorrow we're going to have some pretty good games. The Lakers-Suns game stands out for me without a doubt. Obviously tonight we've got 4 very good games as well. Hopefully that includes a Clippers win. But we're just waiting now for this game to get back underway. As I said, the halftime breaks are so long in the NBA and the NFL and whatnot. Alexis put, I think the Suns are better than people are giving credit for. I probably agree, mate. I probably agree with you there. I know last season in the bubble, obviously, they went on that ridiculous winning streak where they won 8 in a row. But since they got Chris Paul this offseason, paired him with Devin Booker, the Suns have been a very, very good team. And, they've got the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. They've got a great coach in Monty Williams, who I believe has won Coach of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not going to be easy for the Lakers. I think if LeBron James and Anthony Davis are both healthy, if they're both fully healthy and both fully firing, I think the Lakers will win that series, definitely. But if they're not, if they're kind of in and out the lineup and they can't play 40 minutes a game, then the Suns, they could definitely do a job on them easily because the Suns have got a very good roster, a very deep roster. I just worry Chris Paul in the playoffs. He's also never shown that he can stay healthy. Whenever he played for the Clippers, when he played for the Rockets, he was never healthy in the postseason. But Devin Booker, in my opinion, is an extremely clutch player. So give him a chance in the playoffs, and he will make things happen. Definitely should be. Like I said, I think it's going to be the best series in the first round. Suns Lakers, because coming into the season, we probably thought the Suns and the Lakers were both going to be, top 4 or 5 seeds. But with the Lakers getting those injuries, an injury-riddled season, they only managed to get that 7th seed and go into the play-in. So Lakers are probably the best 7th seed team of all time, really, when you consider how good the squad is. But yeah, it should be a very good series, I think. Who do you think's going to win the series? Like, so you're going to go Suns or Lakers? I'm going to say Lakers in 6 or 7, but I think the Suns will make it tough for them. I really, really do. I think the Suns will be harder for the Lakers than the Nuggets would be in the 2nd round for the Lakers. So should be a very good game tomorrow, and we will be covering that one at 8:30 tomorrow night. And I've just seen actually that the playoff final has been decided. Swansea will take on Brentford in the playoff final. They defeated Barnsley, who, to be honest with you, I have no idea how Barnsley got into the playoffs, but fair play to them, they made it there. But Matt Grimes scored a stunning stunning goal before half time, and he sent Barnsley home. So Swansea against Brentford to see who goes up to the Premier League. I'd like to see Brentford go up, a new team. No, I don't think they've ever been in the Premier League before. So that'd be good if they could get it there. But Swansea, Steve Cooper, good manager. They're doing a very good job there. So we'll see who can go up. And obviously tomorrow it's all the football action as well. Final day of the Premier League season. We'll see who gets top 4. We'll see who gets those final European places. The Champions League and Europa League up for grabs. So it's going to be a very, very interesting day in football. And obviously we've got the League One stream tomorrow. That league is crazy. I think 3 teams can win the title. I think 6 teams could possibly get relegated. And there's also a few teams fighting for Europe as well. So that league has come down to the final whistle, it's fair to say. And we'll see what happens in that stream tomorrow. And obviously, as I said, join me tomorrow for the Suns Lakers stream. But the Premier League of Darts won't be back till next Friday due to some Wi-Fi issues that the lads are having back at the house, which is a big shame. But we'll try and get the streams back to you as quick as we can do, because I know you guys like these watch-alongs a lot. Like I said, we cover multiple sports. I think once the NFL season rolls back around as well, I think me and Kieran will get on the NFL streams a bit more. Some more NFL watch-alongs. Because we did some in the playoffs and they were pretty good. But when the season starts, we'll see if we can get some more of those out as well. But I'm just waiting for this game to restart. As I mentioned, it feels like I've been waiting an hour now for this game to restart. This halftime has been very, very long. But hopefully we're getting back underway now. We're back at the stadium. For the start of the third quarter, we're finally getting back underway. Bucks lead by 3 points, as I mentioned. Had a strong into that first quarter. But yeah, Giannis, he started pretty slowly, but he definitely got it together later on in that second quarter. So we'll see if he can continue that into the third quarter and to the fourth quarter beyond, because this is a big game in my opinion. Whoever wins this first game in the series is going to set the tempo, because I think this series is going to go 7 games. I really do. I think both teams are very, very, very evenly matched. But we are back underway now. The ball is rolling again for the start of the third quarter, and the game starts with Brook Lopez inside, crazy shot. I think he was fouled, so Brook Lopez will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws to start the third quarter. Obviously, Lopez has already got 3 personal fouls as well, so he needs to watch it there with the fouls. He don't want to get fouled out, but obviously, as I mentioned, Jimmy Butler for the Heat. He's 1 for 10 from the field. He's had a tough night so far. We'll see if he can get it going in the second half. Lopez makes his first free throw to make it a 4-point game. Bucks lead 54-50. See what we can do with his second free throw. Second free throw is up and good there from Brook Lopez. And Milwaukee leads by 5. Kendrick Nunn's going to bring the ball up for the Heat. Kendrick Nunn finds Duncan Robinson. Robinson, a 3-point shot got off the screen. Big shot from Robinson. Doesn't even hit the rim, hits the backboard. A bad miss there for Duncan Robinson. Now the Bucks are going to bring the ball up the court. DiVincenzo finds Lopez. Deep 3, nowhere near off the front iron. Now Nunn. Going to bring the ball up the court. Finds Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo guarded well by Lopez. Bam Adebayo with a big shot there. 2-point shot from Bam Adebayo. It's a 3-point game again. Bam Adebayo, as I mentioned, he struggled tonight. Struggled to get going, but 7 points in the night. 4 rebounds. Started slowly, but he's starting to pick the pace up now. And the Heat definitely need him if they're going to win this game. Giannis drives inside the basket, kicks it back out to Holiday. Holiday's 3-point shot is no good. Tipped back out by Lopez. But the Heat get the ball. Jimmy Butler's going to bring the ball up the court. Guarded by Giannis. Maybe a traveling violation, but they don't give it. Nunn guarded by Middleton. It's Adebayo spins on Middleton. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Giannis and Scumpo. Giannis kicks it out to Holiday. Holiday guarded by Kendrick Nunn. Holiday's going to go alone here. Inside, blocked by Trevor Ariza, out of bounds. And it's going to be Bucks ball. That shot is no good from the Bucks. Rebounded by Adebayo. He's in a drive at Lopez. Finds Duncan Robinson out to Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza, big three. And again, doesn't even hit the rim. There's been some awful three-point shots tonight from both teams. Lobbed by Middleton to Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Giannis slams the ball down off the alley-oop. I think it's his fourth dunk of the game now for Giannis. Ariza just couldn't keep up with him. And Giannis has now got 15 points, 8 rebounds. And after that slow start, he's really starting to pick it up now, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Given away there by Nunn. Terrible pass. Lopez gets to Holiday. Holiday drives to the rim. Easy left-handed layup is good. 7-point Milwaukee lead. And the Heat are not going to call a timeout. But a slow start to the second half here for the Miami Heat. Some sloppy possessions. They're giving the ball away far too easily. Duncan Robinson, not Dragic. He finds Kendrick Nunn. Nunn guarded by Middleton, gets a screen there. Shot from the free throw line is no good. Another bad shot from the Heat. DiVincenzo with a big rebound. Finds Giannis. Giannis inside. Giannis scoop layup, no good. Rebound. Still not cleared away, but now it's picked up by Trevor Ariza. Duncan Robinson picks the ball up, finds Jimmy Butler. Butler inside. And Butler with a nice shot in off the glass there. Easy 2-point shot there from Jimmy Butler. He's now got 10 points on the night. 2 for 11 from the field. He has struggled. 8 rebounds. It's a 5-point game again. Middleton off the screen. Middleton 3-point shot is good off the screen. Big shot there from Chris Middleton. He's been fantastic tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he gives them an 8-point lead now for the Bucks. 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Butler finds Robinson. Robinson, a deep three, and Duncan Robinson replies instantly with a massive 3-point shot. And Miami cuts it to a 5-point lead once again. Robinson's been fantastic tonight from 3. DiVincenzo inside. And they're going to give a foul on Middleton. DiVincenzo cut to the basket very quickly with an easy layup, but I think it was an illegal screen there from Middleton. So, Chris Middleton there. Anyway, the foul as Milwaukee scored a bucket. That bucket was rescinded due to Chris Middleton foul. 62-57 in favour of Milwaukee. Butler finds Ariza. Ariza cuts inside. Goes past 1, goes past 2. Easy layup there from Trevor Ariza. Left-handed layup in off the glass. It's now a 3-point game. Heat cut it once again. Middleton guarded by Nunn. Middleton spins on Nunn. Middleton to the basket. Shot is no good off the side of the backboard. Giannis, the ball's bounced around. Giannis picks it up and Giannis slams it. Unbelievable. The ball was bounced around in the middle of the paint. Nobody could get their hands on it. Giannis Antetokounmpo picks the ball up and slams it down. An easy 2-handed jam. 7 minutes to go now in this third quarter. And it's a 5-point Milwaukee lead. Butler now guarded by Chris Middleton. He needs a screen. Throws the ball off Middleton's foot and he goes out of bounds. But Giannis there, unbelievable. The ball was bouncing around. Nobody could pick it up. Giannis just thought, screw this, picks it up and slams it down on 3 Heat players. Easy as you like there from Giannis Antetokounmpo. But he is pretty much impossible to guard in the paint when he goes up for a dunk. Pretty much impossible. 5-point game in favour of Milwaukee. Butler inside. Finds Robinson. That's a deep 3 from Duncan Robinson. And what a shot! Duncan Robinson is on fire to start this second half. Hits another massive 3-point shot. Mike Budenholzer calls a timeout. I mean, that is a deep 3-point shot. Middleton got a hand in his face. Robinson does not care. Massive shot from Duncan Robinson. And it's now a 2-point game. Obviously, the Bucks still leading, but that massive 3 there from Duncan Robinson puts it to a 2-point game. And we've had a very explosive start to the second quarter. Bucks still winning, but the Heat respond quickly. And honestly, I won't be, if this game goes to overtime, I would not be surprised. But yeah, we've reached another stoppage in play. Mike Budenholzer did call a timeout. That's my dad texting me, okay, mate. He tried ringing me, but he doesn't understand I'm on stream, so I can't get my dad live on stream, obviously, talking. But yeah, 2-point game. And as I said, this could easily go to overtime because since this game has started from the tip-off, it's been extremely tight. The Bucks tried to the Heat tried to make a run, late in the first quarter, but the Bucks pulled them back. And same with the Bucks, they almost pulled out to a bit of a run here early in this third quarter, but 2 massive threes from Duncan Robinson pulled them back into within 2. So it's a 64, 62-point game in favour of the Bucks. Giannis has really picked it up so far. He had a very slow start in the first quarter, but the last 2 quarters, Giannis has been absolutely fantastic for the Bucks. About 7 minutes, I think it is. 6-7 minutes to go in this third quarter as we've just reached a break. Another break in play. Bloody commercial breaks take ages, don't they? We should be back underway soon, as I mentioned. Other games tonight. We've got this Bucks Heat game on right now. We've got 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. We've then got the Clippers. They're taking on the Dallas Mavericks at 9:30. My Los Angeles Clippers. We need to try and at least get to the conference finals this year, and it starts tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. We've then got the Brooklyn Nets. They're taking on the Boston Celtics at 1 a.m. And we've then got the Denver Nuggets taking on the Portland Trail Blazers at 3:30 a.m. And that is Eric Spoelstra bollocking his team there. Giannis has got the ball. Finds Brook Lopez. Giannis got it by Bam Adebayo. Giannis is going to shoot a 3. And Giannis, as expected, bricks that 3 out of bounds. Heat ball, 6 minutes, 54 seconds to go. But as you can see, their points in the paint. Milwaukee have dominated the paint. Miami have, opted for more 3-point shots. Duncan Robinson's been on fire in this game so far. Kendrick Nunn, 3-point shot over Donte DiVincenzo is good. And Kendrick Nunn gives the Miami Heat the lead with a massive 3-point shot. So when it looked like the Bucks were going to pull away, the Heat have made 3 consecutive threes, I think. 2 from Robinson, 1 from Nunn. Bryn Forbes now guarded by Ariza. Finds Antetokounmpo. Gets it DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, big 3-point shot. And that is good. Wow, didn't even look like it went in. The angle completely confused me there, but the shot was good. 67-65 Milwaukee. Donte DiVincenzo with a big 3-point shot. Now it's Butler, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Finds Ariza. Ariza was going to pull up, pulls it back. Finds Robinson, guarded by Middleton. Now Bam Adebayo in the post. Gets Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler 3-point shot is good. Over Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Miami takes the lead again by 1 point. Giannis now guarded by Butler. Finds Middleton. Middleton. Over Butler from the elbow. Nice shot there from Chris Middleton. 2-point shot once again. He's been fantastic tonight, Chris Middleton. And he gives Milwaukee a 1-point lead. 69-68. As I said, extremely tight game so far, this. Adebayo shot over Lopez. Nice shot there from Bam Adebayo. Started this game very, very slowly, did Bam. But he's getting it going now. 1-point game. 70-69 to the Miami Heat. Just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Bryn Forbes inside, and that is a nice shot there. Adebayo wants a foul. The refs are not going to give it. 71-70 to the Bucks. Very, very high tempo game this. Adebayo pulls up again, and that is no good, rebounded by Giannis. Giannis is going to bring the ball up. Adebayo, nice spin. The mum just knocked on the door. She's just got home from the pub, I think. I shall be 1 second. Bloody hell. There's a breaking play anyway. Interruption there, but I think Giannis missed both his free throws. It's 73-70 to the Bucks. I just looked at the scoreboard. But yeah, 73-70 is to the Bucks. Since the start of this third quarter, both teams have come out all guns blazing, both making some big shots. 4 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Jimmy Butler now, guarded by Forbes, but gets a screen there from Ariza. Ariza cuts to the basket, throws the ball. It bounced off the foot of, I think it was Portis. It bounced the foot off, and a foul there by Butler on Middleton to stop the fast break. Louis in the chat, but who's your MVP? Tough one, really. I think with what Curry's done for the Warriors, almost getting that team into the playoffs. If he would have made the playoffs and possibly won some series, he won the scoring title, didn't he? Curry's a candidate, but I'd probably say Jokic, just because he's a triple double machine, and I know he didn't average triple double, but what he does for the team, probably the best passing big man in the league. He's pretty much carried the Nuggets since Murray got injured. He's pretty much carried them to that third seed. I think they'll probably beat the Trailblazers, but it won't be easy. But yeah, probably go Nikola Jokic. Embiid was probably my favourite early on in the season, but he kind of fell off a little bit. And I know the 76ers got the first seed, but I'll probably still say Jokic because ever since Murray got injured, he's kind of carried that team by himself. And that is a massive three-point shot. Goran Dragic from three-point land, a huge three. Miami have been hitting a lot of threes in this game and have tied it at 73 apiece. We've just reached stoppage in play. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's going to be Bucks ball. Holiday on the three-point line. Drives inside. He's double-teamed by many Heat players, but somehow that shot goes in. I think he wanted to lob the ball up to Giannis. Ended up going in anyway. 75-73, Milwaukee. Goran Dragic inside. Pulls up on a fantastic shot there. Pulls up on Bobby Portis. Easy two-point shot is good. We're tied at 75. It wasn't Middleton. It was Drew Holiday driving through the middle. Don't know what he was doing. Got fouled though. He's going to go to the line. But Goran Dragic again, he's been fantastic off the bench tonight for the Heat. Hit some big shots. Hit some big threes. He's been facilitating the offense pretty well. And even I think he's about 36, 37 now at Dragic as well. So even at the old age that he is for a basketball player, he's been playing very, very well. But we've got another stoppage in play now in the third quarter. And it is 75 all, I think. So, as I said, if it goes to overtime, I'm not surprised because this game has been tight. Straight from the tip-off. But as I've mentioned earlier as well, the Milwaukee Bucks Miami Heat game is on right now. After that, we've got the LA Clippers against the Dallas Mavericks at 9:30 p.m. Followed by the Nets Celtics at 1 a.m., which should be a very good one. The Nets, many people's favourites in the Eastern Conference to come out. I hope they don't. I hope it completely flops for them, but obviously I won't be surprised if they won the East. And then Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trail Blazers, 3:30 is the last game of the night. I'll be covering the Phoenix Suns Lakers game tomorrow at 8:30 after the boys have done the League Earn stream. Sorry, because the League Earn French League is going down to the wire, so that should be a very good stream. Louis Spot hit the MVP award. Jokic will win, but I'd vote Curry. They need to have an award where they combine regular season playoffs into MVP. Yeah, I completely agree. The MVP award, like in the NBA, is so strange because they say it's a regular season award, but they give the award after the playoffs. So, by the time this award's being given out, the playoffs are done and dusted. Someone's probably played much better in the playoffs than they did in the regular season, but they won't have a sniff for the MVP award. So, yeah, I agree. I think they do definitely need to combine it because, like I say, the Nuggets could get eliminated in round 1, but they'll still give Jokic the MVP award based on his regular season. And I think it's been a weird year as well with MVP candidates. Like Curry, for what he's done with the Warriors, won the scoring title. But, Giannis isn't really in the conversation for it this year because I think people just seem to get bored of players. I know LeBron for many years, he should have won the MVP when he was in Cleveland. Probably should have won it last year as well when he was with the Lakers. But either the league don't like giving it to the same players, or they just want to give it to players that everybody seems to like that certain season, if that makes sense. It's a really, really strange award in my opinion because it doesn't go to the best player, I don't think. LeBron, in my opinion, was the best player last season. Didn't win the MVP award. And it's even years where we've had Curry won the unanimous MVP a few seasons ago, which made complete sense. But yeah, it's a very strange award because the players that should be winning the MVP don't win it, and I feel like the league kind of do it so it gives everybody a fair chance. Like Harden put up 36 points in a season and won MVP. Fair play. But what did Houston do in the playoffs? Houston did nothing in the playoffs. But because it's a regular season award, they give it to Harden. Technically, LeBron and Jordan should have 10 MVPs each. Yeah, they probably should. They probably should. When was LeBron's last MVP award anyway? When did LeBron last win MVP? It was like 2012 or something. It's like there's no way LeBron should have gone this long without winning MVP. Because you can argue every single year LeBron's the best player in the league, but he just doesn't win it for some reason. It's kind of like players. It's kind of like people just got bored of seeing LeBron dominate, so they're just giving it to somebody else. Yeah, 2012, 2013. So how has it been that long since LeBron won an MVP? Baffles me. The game's back underway though. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter as Drew Holiday sinks a free throw to give the Bucks a 1-point lead. Dragic inside, kicks out to Butler. Butler 3-point shot. He pulls it away as Giannis approached him. Butler goes for the floater, doesn't even hit the rim, airballs it completely, and rebounded by Pat Connaughton, I think it was there. Holiday now, guarded by Dragic once again. Screen from Portis, loses the ball, but it will be the Milwaukee Bucks ball. Getting ready to inbound the ball. Yeah, 2 minutes to go in this third quarter now. We'll see who's going to go into the final quarter in the lead. It's the inbound the ball into Giannis. It seems like Butler's guarding Giannis this game. So the Heat's best player is guarding the Bucks' best player, and vice versa. Holiday spins though, loses the ball. Ball goes out of play, and that'll be a Miami ball now. So the game's got a bit sloppy now. Obviously, both teams went on that big run. About 5 minutes ago, they both scored 10, 12 points consistently. Dragic's 3-point shot over PJ Tucker is no good. Giannis. Carried by Dragic. Giannis out. Inside to Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday with an easy layup. The Miami Heat defense completely brought down there, and it's a 3-point Milwaukee lead. KD won 2013-14. Yeah, I think KD won it because it was on the 2K cover that year. Well, it was on the 2K15 cover, I think. That three there from Kendrick Nunn, I think it was no good. Was it none? It was Dragic with a three that was no good. But a steal there by Dragic. Goes up the court, pulls it back, finds Iguodala, back to Dragic, back to Dedmon, back to Iguodala, back to Dragic. Brilliant ball move from there from the Miami Heat. And Goran Dragic sinks the three. We're tied at 78. Goran Dragic has been fantastic tonight off the bench for the Heat, as I mentioned. 15 points, 8 so far in the third quarter. Now the Bucks have got the ball. 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. Holiday guarded by Jimmy Butler. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Holiday's going to take it himself. Pulls up from a deep 2-point range, and that's a fantastic shot there from Drew Holiday. 80-78. Holiday with 15 points on the night. 30 seconds to go in this game. Well, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dragic guarded by Drew Holiday. Gets a screen there from Dwayne Dedmon. Iguodala now finds Butler. Butler guarded by Giannis. Shot clock is at 3. Iguodala heaves, and that's no good. Off the front iron, rebounded by Drew Holiday. The Bucks are going to have the last shot of the quarter. And Antetokounmpo, guarded by Hero. Giannis drives inside. Giannis pulls up from the free throw line. Giannis, in and out, no good. And that is the end of the third quarter. And it's 80-78 to Milwaukee. An extremely tight game. And we're now into the fourth quarter with it being a 2-point game. Which will be coming up pretty shortly. Alexis put, Curry should win, yeah, he didn't even make the playoffs, while Jokic averaging a triple-double almost as a centre and is taking his team to a top 3 seed without his best teammate. I mean, it's a matter of opinion, really, because both players have had fantastic seasons, in terms of the stats. If you're going to take it off how the team's done, Jokic obviously wins that because his team made the playoffs. Curry's missed the playoffs. When you look at the team as a whole, I know Murray got injured, but that was late in the season. The Nuggets have played most of the season with Murray anyway, and they've still got players like Aaron Gordon. I think Paul Millsap's still there, so it's a deep team in Denver, much deeper than it is in Golden State. So I think if the fact that Curry even got Golden State close to the playoffs is a miracle, really, because when Andrew Wiggins is his second or third best player, then you're not in a very good spot, are you, really? Lewis put Alexa have a lot of sympathy for players on their own dragging their teams to relevance. The Warriors without Curry would be the worst team in the league. Nuggets like Jokic made the play-in at least. I mean, it's a fair point, like you say, Louis, because Curry was a scoring champion, and his team finished 8th in the West. So it just shows you, really, doesn't it, how good Curry was. If that Warriors team was not very good. Draymond Green's players regressed completely. Wiggins has struggled since being traded to the Warriors. I think without Curry playing superhuman like he was this season, the Warriors wouldn't have been anywhere near the playoffs. And that's what I mean. I agree with Jokic. Jokic definitely plays for a deeper team. But the award won't go to Curry. Curry won't win the MVP award because his team didn't make the playoffs. It's that simple. I don't know. Have they ever even given an MVP award to a player that missed the playoffs? I don't think they have. So Curry, he won the scoring title, and it makes all the sense in the world for him to be MVP, because if you're going off most valuable player, Curry was the most valuable player in the league, because he's taking off the Warriors. They're terrible. So Curry this season fits the definition of MVP. But with how bad his team was, he just won't win it. I think the craziest award I've ever seen in my life was, I think it was Dick Butkus in the 50s for the Bears. He won Defensive Player of the Year, and his team went 1-15. So his team won one game, and Butkus won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think I've ever seen an award, like that since. If your team's not winning, it's very hard to win individual awards, and that sounds stupid because an individual award should be based on individual performance, not team performance. But it seems like that's what it's based off, which is very, very strange. Who do you think should win the other awards anyway? DPOY. Who have you got as the Defensive Player of the Year? Simmons, Gobert, Anthony Davis, even though he's barely played this season. I think my TV's froze. What about Rookie of the Year? Who do you give Rookie of the Year to? LaMelo or Anthony Edwards? I think it was LaMelo. It was LaMelo by far before he got injured, but Anthony Edwards had a very good season as well. But I'd probably edge towards LaMelo. He's better than I thought he would be anyway in his rookie season. I think LaMelo's had a fantastic season so far. Didn't make the playoffs, obviously, but again, it's not all his fault. Plays for the Hornets. But the game's back underway now. We're back in the fourth quarter. And we'll see which team can clamp up and get the win. Final quarter. Miami just hit a 3, by the way, so they've got an 81 to 80 lead. Hero up the court again. Hero shot is no good off the glass, rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's a 1-point Miami lead. That shot's no good. I think it was by Connaughton. Giannis has got it on the 3-point line, guarded by Adebayo. Giannis drives inside. Giannis, tough shot, and he was fouled. So Giannis will shoot 2 free throws. And he can give Milwaukee Bucks the lead here. It's only a 1-point game. 17 points tonight for Giannis. Only 8 for 21 from the field. Not great. 11 rebounds and 5 assists. He's got a double-double. But he did start the game very, very slowly. We'll see if he can finish it strongly. First shot from Giannis. First free throw is up and good. We have a tie game. 81 apiece here. And we'll see if Giannis can make that second free throw and give the Bucks the lead. In what has been a very highly entertaining game. You know, the Miami Heat are the 6th seed in the East, but this team's better than the 6th seed, without a doubt. Obviously, they got to the NBA Finals last year. They beat the Bucks 4-1, I think it was. Beat the Celtics as well. They were absolutely fantastic last year, the Heat, and I think, you know, as a 6th seed, unlucky for the Bucks that they've got them in the first round because it's a very good first round matchup. Adebayo backing down Portis in the paint. Adebayo double teamed. Adebayo shot no good. Rebound by Giannis. And that'll be Giannis' 12th rebound of the game, I think. Giannis. Guarded by Iguodala. Stripped to the ball by Tyler Hero. Nice play by Tyler Hero. Hero's bringing it up the court. Guarded by Chris Middleton. Screen from Bam Adebayo. Hero. What's he going to do with the ball? Shot clock's running down here for the Heat. Kendrick Nunn. 3-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo off the screen. 3-point shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Bam Adebayo. And now Goran Dragic is going to bring the ball up the court. Guarded by Connaughton. Screen by Bam Adebayo. Shot from the elbow from Dragic. 2-point shot is good. Miami takes a 1-point lead, 83-82. Goran Dragic had a very good game so far. Obviously got injured in last year's finals, which was a big shame for the Heat. The Heat take a 1-point lead. Middleton's shot was no good, rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Heat are going to bring the ball up the court. Leading by 1. 9 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the game. Dragic's 3-point shot is no good. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Giannis once again. And that's a foul there on Giannis by Goran Dragic. I think Giannis is going to go to the line here. Both teams have 4 timeouts left in the game. Gobert and LaMelo, I don't run it. I'll run it. LaMelo, I don't run it ball. What a name. But yeah, I'd agree. I think Gobert deserves DPOY overall. You might as well rename it after him at this point. And I agree. I think LaMelo will win it, but Anthony Edwards still had a very good rookie year. Very close behind. I think Emmanuel quickly as well had a good rookie year with the Knicks. I think the Knicks had a fantastic year in general, making the playoffs, but Emmanuel quickly was good for the Knicks. And Desmond Bane as well, the rookie from the Grizzlies. I liked what he did. He was pretty good in the playing game last night against the Warriors, Desmond Bane. He obviously won't win it, but he still had a pretty good rookie year. And I think that ball went out of play there. Still a 1-point game to Miami, 83-82. 9 minutes to go in this final quarter. We'll see who can take game 1. But this game's going to go down to the wire without a doubt. This has been a close game all game long. So I won't be surprised if it goes to overtime. 3-point shot there by Middleton off the screen. Hero couldn't get his hand up in time, and a massive shot there from Chris Middleton. Well, it's gone down as a 2 actually. And as a 2, but instant reply by Tyler Hero. He hits the 3 in DiVincenzo's face. So Hero got shot on there by Middleton, but right at the other end of the court, Hero sinks a 3. It's a 2-point lead now for Miami, 86-84 to the Heat. Antetokounmpo drives inside, easy layup off the glass. He's just too big and too long. And it's 87-86 in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Three-point shot by Hero again. No good. Rebounded by Bobby Portis. Finds Drew Holiday. 8 minutes to go in this game. And I'm going to call a timeout. Milwaukee calls a timeout. That'll be there. Well, they'll have 3 remaining after this timeout. So 1-point lead for Milwaukee. Going into another timeout here. But a massive shot by Hero. Keeps the Heat in this game. Keeps it tight. Been a good game this so far. And as I mentioned, we'll be covering the Lakers-Suns game tomorrow about 8:30. That should be a fantastic one. I think it's the pick of the bunch from the first round series. How confident are you going into that game, Louis? Do you think the Lakers can win it in 6? I think the Lakers are going to win 6 games over the Suns. Obviously, depending on health, the Suns are a good team, but if LeBron and AD are firing, I think that'll be a win for the Lakers. But the next game after this game is the Clippers against the Mavericks. 9:30 tip-off. Well, about quarter 10, I think it'll be the tip-off for that game. Rematch from last season's playoff series, where the Clippers won in 6 games. After that, we've got the Brooklyn Nets against the Boston Celtics at 1 a.m. KD, Kyrie, Harden and co. They're taking on Jason Tatum and a banged-up Celtics team. I think that'll be an easy win there for the Nets. And then the final game, the Denver Nuggets against the Portland Trailblazers. Jokic going up against Damian Lillard in what I think is an interesting series. Because I know, obviously, the Trailblazers, they're kind of, vanilla team really at the Blazers. They always make the playoffs. They always have, McCollum and Lillard, 2 of the best players at their positions. But I don't know, it's a very, very strange team. Just when you think the Blazers are going to go all the way, they just get swept by somebody. Very, very odd team. But I think the Nuggets will probably win that game in 6 or 7 games. So I think Lakers lose the first. Bron always has a feel-out game where he doesn't care. I want to see how the other team plays forward to LA. Yeah, I agree. I think 6 games is how the Lakers win it. I think the Suns, obviously unbelievable season. Monty Williams won Coach of the Year. Chris Paul has made a massive difference there. People saying he could be an MVP candidate. I just don't see how he wins the MVP award with 15 points and 10 assists. It wouldn't make sense. But he has been very, very valuable to the team, along with Devin Booker. So fair play to the Suns. But I think if the Lakers are healthy, I think they will win that series in the end. I think this year more than ever, we've got some very interesting seedings. In terms of like the Heat, they're the 6th seed when they probably could have been higher. The Lakers as the 7th seed is crazy. I know they had a very injury-riddled season, but still, some very strange seedings. Even like the Jazz as the number 1 seed, they were the number 6 seed last year, I believe, the Utah Jazz. Yeah, I think they were the 6th seed going up against the Nuggets. Yeah, now they're the 1st seed, so we'll have to see what happens. But I think we could definitely see some upsets in this year's playoffs. I think the Wizards could easily take a couple of games off the 76ers with Westbrook and Beal if they catch fire. There's no reason why the Wizards can't win a couple of games. And then the Knicks-Hawks game as well. The Knicks-Hawks series is going to be interesting because both teams haven't been in the playoffs in a while. Two very young sides that are looking to continue to get better. I know the Knicks are going to want to bring in a big free agent this summer, whether that's via trade or a signing. But we'll have to wait and see what they do in the playoffs. I think the Hawks-Knicks could easily be a 7-game series. But we're back underway now. 8 minutes and change to go in this game. Holiday. Guarded by Ariza, and I think Ariza got the block in there. The shot's no good. And for some reason it says 86-86. Wow, so they've rearranged the score here. Chris Middleton, who they gave a 3-4, they've changed it back to a 2 up on review. It's now 86-86, now a tie game. It was a Milwaukee 1-point lead, but they've reviewed the 3-point shot by Middleton and they've determined it's only a 2-point shot. So it's a tie game here at 86. Middleton guarded by Dragic. Good defense from Goran Dragic. Middleton. They've got to get a shot off here. Giannis throws it away, and the Milwaukee Bucks with a lapse in concentration there. The shot clock was running down. Giannis should have just thrown the shot up. Instead, he threw it to Holiday, and the shot clock expired on the Bucks. The Heat will get the ball back. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Tie game here. I'm waiting to see who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and try and win it. Butler now, round the screen. And they're going to call an illegal screen, I think. Are they going to call a foul on somebody? Just waiting to see what happens here with the foul. Giannis is going to sit down on the bench. Quick rest there for Giannis. But it's going to be Heat ball. Butler inbounds it to Bam Adebayo. Adebayo guarded by Lopez, and he finds Jimmy Butler. Butler's going to pull up for a 3. No good. Rebound is out of play, and it's going to be Bucks ball. Last touch, Trevor Ariza, and went out of play. Drew Holiday bringing the ball up now for the Bucks. Finds Chris Middleton. Middleton guarded by Ariza. Middleton goes inside, puts up the floater. Nowhere near, but he is fouled. Fouled hard, to be honest, there, but I think it was Bam Adebayo or Ariza. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Duncan Robinson's warming up again. He's played very well tonight, Robinson. Obviously, he started the game on fire. His first 3 shots were 3-pointers, and they all went in. He then went and hit 2 more big threes. Robinson's not going to be one of those players that you can, completely run the offense through. But if you need a 3-point shot, Robinson's one of the best in the game. Undrafted, I believe, as well, Duncan Robinson. So he's kind of come out of nowhere. But fair play to him. Milwaukee leads the game by 1 point. Middleton's second free throw is good. 2-point Milwaukee lead, 88-86. Now Dragic. I think, is that a 3? It's in. Is it a 3 or a 2? It's a 3. Massive shot there from Dragic. A 3-point shot gives the Heat an 89 to 88-point lead. Goran Dragic has been phenomenal tonight. That shot's no good there by Middleton, I think it was, and rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Heat are going to bring the ball up. Oh, and the Heat lose the ball. Robinson loses it. Holiday gets it. Holiday makes the rebound, only just makes the layup. And now it's a 90-80 game in favour of Milwaukee. I don't know what happened there with the Heat. Robinson 3. No good. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Just under 6 minutes to go in this game. DiVincenzo, and he's fouled by Dragic. And to be honest, I think that's an unlucky foul, that. Dragic couldn't go anywhere. DiVincenzo pretty much jumped up onto Dragic. But they're going to get the foul on Goran Dragic. One-point game. Holiday lobs it up. I don't know what he's doing there. Don't know why on earth you'd lob it up there. There were 3 Heat players in the paint, and the ball's given away by the Bucks. Dragic's going to bring the ball up. Dragic inside. Gives it up to Butler. Butler inside with a layup. Gets fouled very, very hard by Giannis. Giannis walks away holding his elbow. So Giannis and Butler could be both hurt on this play. Butler landed very, very hard there on the floor. And Giannis is holding his elbow there. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I think it's definitely a foul from Giannis on Butler. He took him clean out. But Butler, he's going to shoot 2 free throws, but he went down hard there on that. Well, actually, Giannis started grabbing his elbow. Yeah. So Giannis, he got caught on a screen by Adebayo, and Giannis hurt his elbow. And then Brook Lopez kind of just knocked Butler onto his back as Butler went up for the layup. Butler's first free throw is good. We're tied at 90. See if Butler can give the Heat the lead here. Bucks fans trying to put Jimmy Butler off in the background, and Jimmy Butler's second free throw is no good, off the back rim, and we're still tied at 90. Just over 5 minutes to go here. Middleton, risky pass, but he finds Holiday. Holiday goes inside. Floater is up and no good. Rebounded by Giannis. Can't get it back in. And now here's Butler. Butler walks into a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Giannis. 14 rebounds on the night for Giannis. Middleton's going to bring the ball up the court. Guarded by Robinson, I think it is. Middleton posts up on Robinson. Middleton gets inside. Layup left hand. No good. Rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo needs to pass the ball away. Gets it away to Butler. Full court defense from the Bucks. Finds Ariza. 3-point shot is no good. He was wide open and he comes off the front iron. Rebounded by, I think it was PJ Tucker. Neither team can buy a bucket right now. Giannis is walking a bit gingerly after hurting his elbow. He's got 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. But I believe it was a timeout call by the Heat. So we're tied at 90. And we're going to go into another commercial break. Just over 4 minutes to go in the game, I think it was. But this has been a brilliant game so far. Very evenly tied. Obviously, the Heat got out to an early lead. The Bucks pulled them back. And then the Bucks got out to a bit of a lead in the second quarter, and the Heat pulled them back. And then ever since then, it's been complete tight. The second half has been very, very evenly contested. I don't think either side has managed to get more than a 10-point lead in this game. Yeah, about 4 minutes to go. Obviously, in about 15 minutes' time, I think the Clippers and Mavericks game will be starting. So that'll be the first game in the Western Conference playoffs that takes centre stage. We've then got the Nets and the Celtics at 1 a.m. Should be a good one. And then the final game of the night is the Portland Trail Blazers taking on the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, tomorrow, as I mentioned, we've got the 76ers there taking on the Washington Wizards. And then after that, we've got the Phoenix Suns taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. We will be covering the Phoenix Suns Los Angeles Lakers stream. We'll be covering that game on stream tomorrow at 8:30. Should be a very good one indeed. The Lakers obviously coming into this playoffs as the 7th seed. They won their playing game against the Warriors thanks to a massive shot from LeBron James. 33-foot three-pointer over Steph Curry, falling away. So we'll see how the Lakers do tomorrow against the Suns. And then the other late games obviously are the Grizzlies and the Jazz and the Knicks against the Atlanta Hawks. So some good games to look forward to as the playoffs is now officially here for the next 2 months at least. And the fans are back in the stadium as well, which is always a bonus. So obviously the bubble was good last year. It gave us some playoff basketball. I mean, I don't really want to talk about the bubble that much because obviously being a Clippers fan, still haunted by it, loving that 3-1 lead. But the NBA did a pretty good job to get some basketball at least going. In a year where it looked like there was going to be no sport at all, at least the NBA was there with the playoffs in September. We should be getting back underway pretty shortly with this game. Just over 4 minutes to play, as I mentioned. If I'm going to pick a winner, who I think is going to win this game in the last 4 minutes, I'm going to go with the I'm going to say the Heat. I think the Heat pull this out. I thought the Heat would win this game 1. I think I said the Heat would win this game 1 earlier on in the stream. But I feel like that. I think this series is going to go 7 games. And I'm going to go with the Bucks. Why not? The Heat won it last year. Giannis has got to win in the playoffs eventually. And I think this is the year where he can at least get his first round win. And obviously, he won in the first round the last 2 years, but he got wiped out by the Heat last year. Lost to Kawhi and the Raptors the year before that. So it's really his time the Bucks make a run to the finals. It's now or never for them, really. The team's good enough. Just a matter of putting it together and coming up in the clutch. But yeah, we're back underway now. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Middleton with the ball. Guarded by Ariza. Middleton, big 3. Massive shot there from Chris Middleton. Over Trevor Ariza. And Milwaukee lead by 3. Middleton's had a fantastic game tonight. He's probably been the Bucks' best player. It's a massive shots for them. Robinson, that's a big 3. Nowhere near, but he's fouled. He's fouled by Middleton, so Robinson will shoot 3 free throws. So Middleton hit the massive 3-point shot, and now he's fouled Robinson at the other end, and Robinson can tie the game if he makes all his free throws. I don't know what Middleton's even doing there. You know, he clearly goes into the vicinity of Robinson. It's clearly a foul. Middleton's not happy with that, obviously. Robinson, first free throw is good. 2-point game. He'll shoot 3 free throws. 3 free throws. And Giannis' elbow, well, Giannis is he's got his elbow in some sort of padding there on the bench. He's clearly not happy with it. There's clearly something wrong with it. He might have hit his funny bone. He'll probably be all right, but he's back on the court anyways, Giannis, so that's a good sign. Robinson sinks his second free throw. It's 92-93. We'll see if he can tie the game here. Robinson obviously had a fantastic night tonight. 20 points, 6 for 11 from 3-point range. And Robinson ties the game. All 3 free throws have been made. We're tied at 93. 4 minutes to go in the game. Who's going to clutch this out? Holiday, guarded by Ariza. Holiday pulls up. Wants the foul. Gets the foul. Really smart play there from Holiday. He was going to pull up from 3. He pulled it back. He pulled up for the 2 and got fouled by Ariza in the air. And Holiday will shoot 2 free throws. Eric Spoelstra's not happy with that. Eric Spoelstra's going to challenge the player. I mean, Holiday knows what he's doing. He's clearly moved into Ariza to get the foul. But we'll see what the refs say to this. They are going to review it. Me personally, I don't really know about it because Ariza jumps up to block the shot. Holiday's pulled away from the shot, and he's kind of jumped into Ariza, but then Ariza's also left his left leg. He's also left his left leg in the vicinity of Holiday. It's an extremely tight one, that's for sure. Waiting for this review. I thought 3 free throws was 2 points each. No, so basically what it is right. So Holiday has been given 2 free throws. It was a foul from Ariza, and Holiday will shoot 2 free throws. I thought 3 free throws was 2 points each. No, so basically what it is was Robinson got fouled outside the 3-point line, and if you get fouled inside the 3-point line, then you get 2 shots. unless it's flagrant, obviously. But if you get fouled inside the 3-point line, you get 2 shots, and they're both worth 1 point each. If you get fouled while you're taking a 3, though, you get 3 free throws worth 1 point each. So Carl, basically what happened there was Robinson got 3 free throws. He made all 3, hence he got 3 points. And now Drew Holiday's got 2 free throws, and he can get 2 points from this. But I think he missed the first one. Yeah, Holiday misses his first free throw. Second free throw by Holiday is good. And the Bucks take a 1 point lead, 94-93. Robinson. Nice play from Robinson. Gets off Dragic. Wide open 3 by Dragic is no good. Big miss there by Dragic. He had a good game tonight, but that is a big, big miss. Middleton. Throws it inside to Giannis. Somehow Giannis lands in play. Unbelievable athleticism there from Giannis. Kicks it out to Lopez. Lopez 3's no good. Giannis gets the rebound. Giannis inside and he's fouled. Unbelievable, man. Giannis caught a lob in bounds somehow. Somehow he didn't go out of bounds. Unbelievable catch. Then he kicked it out to Lopez. Lopez 3 was missed. And then somehow Giannis just kind of rebounds the ball over Butler's head. Looked like Randy Moss with that catch there, did Antetokounmpo. And now Giannis will shoot 2 free throws. Calvin and okay, cheers. Yeah, no worries, mate. If you've got any questions about it, I know you're not a massive basketball fan, but if you've got any questions about the rules or whatnot, just put it in the chat and I'll be sure to answer them for you. Giannis is shooting 2 free throws now, so if he makes both of them, he'll get 2 points. Makes the first, that's 1 point. 95-93 Milwaukee. 2 point game. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. What's that water? Giannis, second free throw. See if he can sink it for a 3 point game. Giannis' second free throw is in and out, no good. It's only a 2 point game. 95-93 Milwaukee. Miami have got the ball. Miami have now called a timeout. So these last 3 minutes or so are taking a very long time to play because we've had injury, we've had stoppages for fouls, we've had a foul review. Another timeout has been called. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. But the Clippers-Mavericks game should be starting in about 5 minutes or so. Obviously, coverage starts at 9:30. I don't know when. I think they tip off at about 20 to quarter. So not too far from that game now. Obviously, I'm an LA Clippers fan, so hopefully that can be a win for us. And then later in the day, we've got the Boston Celtics taking on the Brooklyn Nets at 1 a.m. UK time. And then we've obviously got the Denver Nuggets. They're taking on the Portland Trail Blazers at 3:30 a.m. So a very late one there. $95-93 though to the Bucks. I'll just update the scoreboard. 3 minutes to go in the game. 3 massive minutes. I mean, this almost feels like a game 5 or 6 where someone's fighting for their lives, but it's only game 1, and this is going to be a very, very intense series. These teams are very, very, very evenly matched. Obviously, the Bucks want revenge from last season when the Heat beat them by a score of 4-1. Absolutely battered them in the series. We'll see if Miami can respond. Down by 2. Inbound is to Jimmy Butler. Butler guarded by Giannis. Screen by Adebayo. Butler inside to Adebayo. Adebayo's shot is no good, and that goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Heat ball. They say that Giannis touched the ball last. So the Heat get the ball back. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Ball's going to be inbounded by Duncan Robinson. I think they're going to try and get it to Dragic on the inbound. They inbound it to Bam Adebayo. He's guarded by Lopez. Robinson guarded by Middleton now. Robinson inside. Throws it out. And that's a terrible play by the Miami Heat. Robinson fires the ball at Trevor Ariza. And the ball flies out of bounds. and it will be the Milwaukee Bucks ball. But yeah, if you're the Heat there, you need to get a shot up. You know, they overthought it. They're trying to do too many passes. Just need to get the shot off. Drew Holiday finds Giannis in the post, guarded by Adebayo. Giannis step back, pulls up. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo's got to throw the ball away, loses the ball. The ball was put away by Giannis. It was won back by Drew Middleton. The ball went into Drew Middleton scored the 2-pointer, but they're going to give a foul on Giannis. I don't know about that one. You know, I don't think that's a foul. Very, very unlucky there by Giannis, but the Bucks still lead by 2 points. 2 minutes 33 to go. Jimmy Butler now pulls up for two, throws the ball away. What's he doing? He should put the shot up. Somehow the Heat dive on the ball. Butler's got it. 3 players are on the ball. Incredible ending to this game. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and the Heat are going to get the ball, I think, because it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be a jump ball, I think. Yeah, jump ball, I think. And it's going to be Jimmy Butler jumping for the Heat. And Brook Lopez. So a massive height disadvantage there for the Heat. We'll see who can win it. And the Bucks win it. The Bucks easily win it. Lopez much taller than Butler. And now Middleton's going to bring the ball up the court for the Bucks. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Bucks leading by 2. DiVincenzo kicks it to Middleton. Middleton inside to Lopez. Lopez loses it. Another turnover in this game. Dragic brings up the court. Well guarded by DiVincenzo. Goran Dragic pulls up for 2 from the free throw line. It won't go. Rebounded by Adebayo, but that won't go either. And Drew Holiday ends up with the ball. Under 2 minutes now in this game. Drew Holiday. Still Drew Holiday. Wants a screen from Lopez. Holiday. Back inside to Lopez. Lopez is fouled. Tries to get the M1. He threw the ball off the hoop. And that was never going to go in. But Lopez is fouled. And he will shoot 2 free throws. But the Heat, down the stretch here, I don't really know what they're doing. They're overthinking it. They just need to get some more shots off, you know. Butler's trying to be too fancy, trying to pass the ball away. They're not getting into the offense as quick as they should be, in my opinion. And now the Bucks are going to shoot 2 free throws. And they can make it a 4-point game if Lopez. First shot is good. 3-point game, 96-93 to Milwaukee. We'll see if Lopez can make it a 4-point game. Lopez second free throw is up and good. 97-93 Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 4-point lead. 2 timeouts for each team. Butler drops it off to Ariza. Ariza 3, massive shot. Trevor Ariza with a massive corner 3. And just like that, the game is tight again. Unbelievable. Just when I thought the Bucks were going to run away with it, the Heat make a 3 out of nothing from the corner. What a shot from Ariza. 1-point game. 1 minute 15 to go. Holiday finds DiVincenzo, guarded by Dragic. They've got to get a shot off here. What they're doing? Giannis is fouled again. So Middleton should have put the shot up. As he was about to shoot, he pulled it back, threw it to Giannis. Giannis gets fouled. How does Giannis even catch the ball? It's unbelievable. But it's still a 1-point lead for the Bucks after that massive 3-point shot there from a massive corner 3 from Trevor Ariza. Now Giannis at the line. He can give Milwaukee a 3-point lead if he can make both free throws. Massive shots these, massive pressure shots these for Giannis. First one is no good. Rolls off the front iron. Says, "But are you okay?" I am completely fine. Just watching some quality NBA playoff basketball. Giannis misses first one. Can he make his second free throw? And the referees blew the whistle here. Wow. We've just had a violation, a 10-second violation. So Giannis misses his first free throw. We had a 10-second violation. Giannis made the free throw, but he took too long to take it. So Giannis, both free throws were missed, basically. Unbelievable. Ooh! Jimmy Butler. Wow, Jimmy Butler goes down hard. This game just does not want to end. 3 minutes have felt like half an hour. But Jimmy Butler was driving to the rack and he got absolutely smashed over. Oof, lands hard under the basket. Brook Lopez again got his hand up in there. Butler's shot didn't go in and Butler landed hard on his lower back. He's definitely winded. Under a minute to go in this game. It's only a 1-point game. After Giannis missed the free throw and then got a 10-second violation. But yeah, Giannis was taking his time there to get that free throw off. It's his own fault. They got the 10-second violation. Butler's first free throw. So he was giving free throws for it. Clearly a foul by Lopez. Butler got taken clean out. Tie game at 97. Butler can give the Heat the lead here, though. 57 seconds to go. He's not had a fantastic game tonight, Jimmy Butler. He really has struggled from the floor and from the line because he just missed another free throw and we stay tied at 97 apiece. It's going to go down to the wire. 49 seconds to go in this game. Drew Holiday. Guarded by Dragic. They get it to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo inside. Dumps it off. Giannis. Still Giannis. Giannis misses the layup. Giannis gets the rebound. How has he still got the ball? And they're going to give a foul. Eric Spoelstra is heated on the sideline. He wants a traveling violation. But Giannis went for the layup. He completely missed it. But then out of nowhere, his massive arms. He's got the biggest wingspan I've ever seen in my life. He just snags the rebound, gets fouled. Eric Spoelstra wants a traveling violation. They're not going to get it. Giannis is going to shoot 2 free throws to give the Bucks the lead. 22 points in the night for Giannis. He needs to make these 2. First free throw from Giannis is up, and it's no good. Misses the first one. Does anybody want to win this game? Unbelievable. Let's see if Giannis can give the Bucks the lead, though. Can he give them a 1-point lead, at least? Or will he break another free throw? Put in the chat who you think is going to win this game. 30 seconds to go. We're tied at 97. Giannis' second free throw is up and it is good. 98-97 Milwaukee. Butler drives in the basket, pulls it back. Butler's double teamed, guarded by Giannis. He's got to get rid of the ball. What's he doing? The ball is still free. They're not going to call a foul. So basically what happened there was Jimmy Butler was guarded by Giannis. He couldn't pass the ball away, but he'd already dribbled, so he couldn't move. He was basically stuck. Giannis was guarding him. Giannis basically pokes the ball out. Butler dives on the ball. Lopez dives on the ball. Dragic is in there. Chris Middleton dives in there, and after all that, they're going to give a jump ball. So 17 seconds to go in the game. Milwaukee leads by 1. It's going to be a jump ball for the Heat. Butler's going to be jumping it's going to be Goran Dragic and Chris Middleton to jump. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Kyle Middleton's put 1 in Miami Heat to win. They still can. They're only down by 1 point, but they need to win this jump ball. And the jump ball goes to the Bucks, and Giannis comes up with the ball, and they're not going to foul him. And Giannis is fouled. So Giannis, the Bucks won the jump ball. It came to Giannis. Butler didn't foul Giannis for some reason. He let Giannis run length of the court before fouling him. There's now 9 seconds to go in the game. Giannis will go to the line. And he's been up and down tonight from the free throw line tonight, Giannis. He's not been too convincing. Made one of his last 2 free throws. But what is Butler doing there? Butler should foul him. Giannis runs another 5 seconds off the clock. 9 seconds bang on left in this game. Giannis at the free throw line. He's 5 for 11 tonight from the free throw line, Giannis. So he's been about average. These 2 free throws were massive. First one is up, and it is good. 99-97. Milwaukee leads by 1. And both teams still have 2 timeouts left as well. So it's far from over, even if Milwaukee makes both free throws. Can Giannis make this second one? Give Milwaukee a 3-point lead. Second free throw is bricked. Giannis misses the second free throw. Rebounded there by Trevor Ariza. It's 99-97 in favour of Milwaukee. 8 seconds to go in the game, and Miami have just called a timeout. Absolute scenes in the first playoff game of the 2021 season. It's gone right down to the wire. 8 seconds to go in the game. So you'd like to think this is the last shot of the game here for the Heat. If they don't make it, the game's over. But if they make a 3, they win the game. A tie, if they can make the 2-point shot. But it's gone down to the wire, this one. The Clippers-Mavericks game should be starting any time now, really. But yeah, it's been a good stream, this. Been a very good game to watch. And I think it's going to be a fantastic series. The Bucks and the Heat. It's going to be a very, very good series. But for the Heat, who's going to take the last shot? Do you give it to Butler? Do you give it to Robinson? Dragic? Who do you give this last shot to? I mean, it might not be the last shot. They might make a quick 3 or a quick 2 to tie the game. And we'll just have to wait and see. But inbound is to Butler. Butler's guarded by Giannis. Butler's going to go solo. Butler drives. Butler gets it. Butler's got it. Unbelievable. He drives on Giannis. Lays the ball up and in off the glass. And we are going to overtime in this game. Tied at 99. I did say I would not be surprised one bit if this game went to overtime. Jimmy Butler pulls the ball out from the 3-point line. He says, "I'm taking this by myself." Guarded by Giannis. Absolutely blows by Giannis. Terrible defense from last year's Defensive Player of the Year. And Jimmy Butler lays the ball in. Brook Lopez just couldn't get on the end of it. In off the glass, right-handed layup. We're tied at 99. We're going to overtime. Absolutely incredible. 5 minutes. What a game this has been. And before overtime starts, I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet, fill my water bottle up, and we're back. in 2 minutes for overtime. His overtime same as no. So basically, Kyle, overtime is just a one-off quarter, 5 minutes, and whoever scores the most points at the end of overtime wins the game, basically. So yeah, it's not another 12-minute quarter. It's 5 minutes. If it's tied after if it's tied again after the first overtime period, it goes to second overtime, and so on until we get a winner. So yeah, 5 minutes of regulation, and we'll see. There obviously there's a tip ball because it's 5 minutes of overtime, one quarter unless it's tied after that. And the Mavericks and Clippers game has already started as well. Middleton with an early three. Shot doesn't go, but Giannis catches the three-point air ball and puts it in, and it's 101-99 Milwaukee. Robinson finds Ariza, finds Adebayo. Adebayo's going to pull up for two, and that is no good. In and out, rebounded by Dante DiVincenzo. And down goes Middleton. Robinson hit Middleton to the head there. I don't think it was intentional, but he's gone down holding his head. And he's really hurt, apparently. And they're going to review it. Oh, well, he's almost took like a forearm to the head there, has Middleton. Duncan Robinson hit him with the forearm to the head, and he's gone and sat down. Play has stopped. It feels like it's been the longest game ever, this. Obviously, we've had overtime, we've had a few injury timeouts, we've had a few, we had a review of a play. It's been a long game, but I can't complain. I'm not going to complain at all. Still reviewing this flagrant foul. So this is going to be reviewed as a flagrant foul. If it's given as a flagrant, as I just said on the TV there, Middleton will shoot 2 free throws. And he's been very good from the line tonight, Middleton, and throughout this entire season. So Yeah, so if this is given as a flagrant, it'll be 2 shots for Milwaukee, and if both of those are made, it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead. It's going to be flagrant 1. They're going to give a flagrant 1 on Duncan Robinson, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Chris Middleton. Four minutes and 13 seconds to go in the overtime. Alex put overtime. Yeah, overtime's 5 minutes. But this one's been going on for a while because obviously we had that stoppage in play with Middleton, and Chris Middleton made both his free throws, I think. Oh, there's no Middleton. So a flagrant 1 is 1 free throw, and then the Bucks get the ball back. So Middleton made the free throw, and now the Bucks have got the ball as DiVincenzo goes inside, and the shot is no good, rebounded by Bam Adebayo. Dragic gets it off the screen. Goran Dragic. Is he going to pull up? No, he's not. He finds Butler, guarded by Holiday. Jimmy Butler needs to get a shot off. Robinson, deep 3. Oh, what a shot. Duncan Robinson again. Dialed in from deep 3-point range. And we're tied at 102. Unbelievable. Robinson has hit some crazy 3-point shots in this game. So much for Giannis being the best defender. They're up 2 in the last play of the game. Instead of fouling Butler or doing something, he just lets him go by him off. Thinking, I said the exact same thing, Alexa. You know, the apparent 2020 Defensive Player of the Year gets absolutely torched by Jimmy Butler. You know, but Butler's about 6'7", 6'8", but Giannis is like, well, he's over 7 foot tall with, you know, a ridiculously long wingspan. You'd think he can block that shot, or at least keep up with Butler. But Butler blew by him, an easy layup. And I'm sorry, but if you're the Defensive Player of the Year, you cannot give up a play like that. It was far too easy for Butler to get to the rim, and Miami, they'll take it without. Obviously, they'll take it. Butler's going to fire a 3. 3's no good. Butler's really struggled tonight. Yeah, it's really struggled tonight from the field, Jimmy Butler. Middleton a deep 3. That's no good off the back iron. Rebounded. Ball's in the air. Rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Tied at 102 still. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Butler is fouled by Giannis. A lazy arm there from Giannis as it brings down Jimmy Butler. But this has been a fantastic game. As I said earlier in the game, if it went to overtime, I would not be surprised one bit. And that's why I wasn't surprised when Butler made that layup. Dragic from the free throw line. 2-point shot is good. Miami leads 104-102. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this game. Adebayo's on 5 fouls. If he gets one more foul, he'll be fouled out of the rest of the game. So Adebayo needs to watch himself. Giannis, guarded by Adebayo. Giannis steps back 2. Oh, and it's tipped in by Brook Lopez. Unbelievable. Giannis' shot missed, but Lopez got up there, tipped it in. Brilliant finish from Lopez. We're tied at 104. Adebayo inside on Lopez. Adebayo's shot's no good. Rebounded by Giannis. One minute, 44 seconds to go. Middleton on the turn on Robinson. Middleton. Shot no good. Didn't even hit the rim. Lopez and Butler collided. Dragic going to bring the ball up with Butler. Butler guarded by Giannis. Butler's shot is no good. 1 minute 10 to go. Drew Holiday, guarded by Bam Adebayo, finds Lopez, guarded by Butler. Lopez spins into the paint. Lopez puts up a shot. And he's fouled by Duncan Robinson. He will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Brook Lopez, he had some clutch shots tonight. He's played pretty well on defense. He's not missed a free throw as well. He's 6 for 6 tonight from free throw. But he's always been a good free throw shooter, Brook Lopez. 85% this year from the free throw line. Brook Lopez, first shot is up and it is good. 105-104 Milwaukee. A minute, 4 seconds to go. Second free throw is up and it bounces out and doesn't go in. Bounce off the side of the rim and bounce off the backboard. Rebounded by Butler. It's a 1-point game, 56 seconds. Bam Adebayo finds Robinson. Screen by Adebayo. Robinson puts up a 3. Nowhere near. Rebounded by Holiday. Holiday sprints past Ariza. Holiday layup is good. What a shot from Drew Holiday. Massive layup there from Drew Holiday. Gives the Bucks a 3-point lead. And a timeout is called by the Heat. Holiday gets the ball on the fast break, sprints past Ariza, gets contacted, I believe, a little bit by Robinson, fights through the contact, lays the ball up, 40 seconds to go in overtime, and the Bucks lead by 3. And also in the Clippers Mavericks game, obviously because we are in overtime, the Clippers Mavericks game started. We're 6 minutes into the first quarter. It's 17-8 to the Dallas Mavericks early on in that game, so not good for my Los Angeles Clippers there. So the Mavericks have got to lead over the Clippers. That game will finish probably around midnight tonight. And we've got the Brooklyn Nets against the Boston Celtics. That's a 1 a.m. game, followed by the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trail Blazers at 3:30 a.m. So still some very good action tonight. If you are still awake, obviously those are obviously UK times. So obviously it's going to be very late in the UK with the games being played in America. But we should be back now from the timeout that the Heat called. 3-point lead for the Bucks after that incredible layup from Drew Holiday to give them a 3-point lead. Dragic just couldn't get his hand up in time. Robinson was beat to the rim. And a clutch play there by Drew Holiday, a player that wasn't on the Milwaukee Bucks roster last season when they lost to the Heat, but he was a massive addition in the offseason. 40 seconds to go. Heat down by 3. They've got 1 timeout left. Bucks have got 2 timeouts left. Ariza's going to inbound it. The ball comes off DiVincenzo's feet on the inbound. It's going to be a kickball violation on DiVincenzo. And the Bucks have a foul to give. Butler, guarded by DiVincenzo, finds Robinson. They've got to get a shot off. Butler airballs the shot. Somehow it comes back out to Ariza. Ariza 3. Dragic 3. Oh, he's done it. It's a tie game. Unbelievable set of events there. Heat just putting up some random shots, airballs, but somehow they get the rebound. And we're tied at 107. Could we be going to second overtime? Chris Middleton's got the ball. Middleton, what's he doing? Middleton, heave! Oh, he's got it! Chris Middleton, what a shot! Unbelievable shot from Chris Middleton. He was falling away, double teamed, and with 0.5 seconds on the clock, the Milwaukee Bucks take a 2-point lead. 109 to 107. What a shot from Chris Middleton. I said he's been the best player for the Bucks tonight, and he's made a massive shot there with 0.5 seconds on the clock, no timeouts remaining for Miami. That's probably just won the game for the Milwaukee Bucks. Huge shot. I mean, it's pretty good defense from Robinson. Gets his hand way up in Middleton's face, but Middleton falling away. Incredible shot at the elbow. He's had a fantastic game. The Bucks are probably going to take game one in a thriller, an overtime thriller, unless we have some ridiculous shot go in. A full court shot from the Heat because they've got no timeouts left. Unless we see that, the Milwaukee Bucks will be winning this game. Although I think the Heat just called their final timeout. So I think the Heat do have a timeout and they've just called their final one. So they've got 0.5 seconds. They've got to get a shot off extremely quickly. They only need a 2 to tie. And Middleton tonight, obviously 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 for 22 shooting. Brilliant night for Chris Middleton. Obviously got that massive extension last offseason with the Bucks. 2-point game. Bucks lead by 2. We'll see if the Heat can maybe chuck up a 2 or a 3. A 2 ties it, a 3 wins the game. 0.5 seconds to go in overtime. Who are they going to give it to? Dragic inbounds the ball. Butler. Doesn't get the shot off in time. Butler, he wants a foul, but there's no way he got the shot off in time. The Milwaukee Bucks, they take game one thanks to a massive shot from Chris Middleton over Duncan Robinson for a 2-point shot at the elbow. When it looked like we're going to have a double overtime, Chris Middleton sinks the shot and the Bucks take game one at their home stadium. And what a game. What a fantastic game. Obviously, as I mentioned, the Bucks got to a very quick start. So the Heat got to a quick start. The Bucks matched them. And the entire second half was extremely tight. It goes to overtime, and just when you think it could go to a double overtime, Chris Middleton makes a ridiculous shot. And that's it. The Milwaukee Bucks take game one over the Miami Heat. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight, whoever did join us. Fantastic game to watch. Really, really enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow. Josh and Co will be back with the League One stream, the final day. That's going to be a cracking stream. And I'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. We've got the Phoenix Suns against the Lakers. Should be a fantastic game. Do not miss it. Carl Middleton put great way to debut basketball. Watchalong's here. Great job, and thanks, Will. Really enjoyed it. Have a good night. Cheers. Thanks a lot, Carl Middleton. Means a lot, mate. I'm glad you really enjoyed the watch-along. Obviously, as I said, we're back tomorrow, but 8:30 with the Suns and Lakers. It should be a fantastic game. I mean, if it can match this game tonight we've just watched, then we'll be in for an absolute treat. And obviously, thanks a lot, Carl, for plugging the website. Obviously, go to the sports-corner.com. We've been putting more stuff on there lately. So maybe you go check that out. We've got a few pieces up there. And obviously, the Twitter is the _top corner. Follow the Twitter to keep up with streams, to keep up with posts that are on the website. The Twitter is the main place we're active on, so make sure I follow the Twitter there. Thanks for plugging it, Kyle. But other than that, I've got nothing else to say. Make sure to join us tomorrow for the Lakers-Suns game and the League and the stream. Darts will be back next Friday, as Josh said. But yeah, crazy game. Chris Middleton calls game 109 to 107. Milwaukee Bucks take game one over the Heat. But I've got a feeling this series will be going at least 7 games. It's far from over yet, but the Bucks have the advantage. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.